Yo guys, welcome back to this new stream here on the channel. And on today's stream, we're going to discuss the cryptocurrency market. And on today's stream, we're going to go over quite a lot of things. We're going to go over Bitcoin. What did we done yesterday evening? Bitcoin came down, of course, since retesting this higher range of resistance like we have been talking about. And right now, yeah, Bitcoin came all the way down once again back towards the 56,000 US dollars. And on today's stream, we're going to, of course, have a very fresh look on the market, what we're currently seeing. Do we see some very important levels that Bitcoin is running trading against? Do we see some very important level that Bitcoin has to be breaking right now? So on today's stream, we're going to discuss that and of course way much more as well. Here we're going to go in depth about your favorite altcoins. We're going to go over the stock market. We're going to go over the dollar index. We're going to go over the total market capitalization analysis on Bitcoin and much more. So yeah, does this sound interesting for you? Don't forget to right away slap up that like button, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell notification. And maybe today as well, I will be doing another giveaway because I've got some stuff to announce here today. So guys, don't forget to get comfortable on the stream and let's jump right away in towards the content. So, Bitcoin, like you can see, excuse me, I was quickly taking a sip of my coffee here because I have not drunk my coffee yet because the market starts to be pushing up here towards the upside, and I thought, wait, let's just right away slap up that live button, of course, because once the market is moving, we will always be live, of course. So what we're right now seeing here is yesterday evening, we were, of course, approaching the highs here. First of all, we did clearly broke the downward slope resist line that you can, of course, approach from this point here. We retested it, but not holding on towards this level. You can see as well clearly, top side over here, getting retested, and this was, of course, looking like some kind of a W structure. Right now, since we came down, we could be approaching this like an M structure, and this could be, of course, having a more bearish bias side, of course, on the market. So very interested on how it's right now going to be playing out. But what I will be saying to everyone out there is, as long as we're holding up the green box on the lower side, what you can clearly see provided support previous times along here and as well provided resistance over here on this time, as long as we're holding up this range on the lower side, it's going to be respectively be a little bit more good for Bitcoin. Of course, if we're going to go in towards, let's say, the 4-hourly time frame, you can see clearly this level over here. I have to be looking at a little bit at the lower side. You can see clearly the wicks that we have been creating towards this level on the lower side is, of course, the 56k flat here. And while Bitcoin is right now trying to be pushing up absolutely towards higher targets, is lovely to see, of course. But you can see clearly the 56k flat has been providing us a very strong amount of support on the 4-hourly candles. And that is, of course, as well a level that we are right now aiming for. Of course, yeah, yesterday we were coming closer towards filling the CME gap again. Unfortunately, we have not filled it completely. What I would like to see, of course, is still Bitcoin just fill up that CME gap so we can just right now look further on towards what we can be expecting in the coming days ahead of us right now. Because yeah, still I do think that this is the magnet towards the downside and that the CME gap is still trying to get filled here on the lower side to drag Bitcoin, of course, a little bit down here from of that point, from the higher side. But yeah, already in the past hour here, Bitcoin starts to be curving back towards the upside. Of course, we have been seeing Bitcoin going higher to the higher side and getting rejected several times. We have been seeing Bitcoin going to the lower range and, of course, get supported several times. So basically, how we should be approaching Bitcoin right now here is that it is in a sideways accumulation phase here, because Bitcoin, of course, since creating this significant lag towards the upside, basically, it has been going sideways. It has been forming, same highs, same lows, and it has been consolidating on this market. So you can clearly see it has been going in a sideways trajectory. And I mean, what we can say right now here about the market, if we're going to look towards it right now here, is that we're either going to be flipping bullish right now for Bitcoin if we're going to be breaking this top side of resistance, and Bitcoin is either going to be breaking bearish if we're going to close a 1-hour candle below the support range. So it's very simple. We're right now going to look at these two horizontal levels. If we're going to be breaking the top side, we're going to be in bullish territory. If we're going to be breaking the lower side, we're going to be in a little bit more bearish territory. Of course, yesterday as well, before going into our stat chart, yesterday as well, I told you guys about this level over here that, of course, I do want to be seeing a higher high getting formed on the 4-hourly candles. And by the way, we clearly literally touched the previous high and we got rejected by it and we came down massively. But of course, this movement towards the downside we did generate on the market is maybe not all to blame on Bitcoin, because if we're going to as well look at the dollar index, we can clearly see yesterday on the time Bitcoin came down again, the dollar index shoot up with another 0.45% here. So yeah, the dollar index is as well finding its way back up right now here. It's trying to be curving back towards higher targets right now, and that is having a wider bearish effect on the market as well. Guys, for everyone who's just tuning in here, good morning, by the way. And as well, to clarify everything up here, I am not bearish here right now in the imminent short term, because I do think this consolidation phase that we're right now trading in is having a bullish bias edge here, because you know why? the market is of course in the bigger scale forming in higher lows, so it's for sure going to be having a bullish bias edge right now here, and I'm not really bearish on the market at all here. It just only is taking a little bit longer till Bitcoin is going to be breaking bullish. And of course today we could be seeing another significant leg towards the upside getting created here towards the higher range of the 58.8k here. But of course as soon as we're going to go beyond of that, I personally think the major pump and the big movements for Bitcoin can be really get starting to be happening from that point here. So yeah, a few hours ago, we still shaked out some more weekends here on this drop-off towards the downside. Of course, it is a particular big drop-off towards the lower side, right? So it's a 5% drop here. And of course, if we're going to then increase back towards the highs here, it's going to be once again be a 5% surge here. So Bitcoin is really shaking out positions right now here. And if we're going to be as well, look to real quickly BYBIT, and it was not able to load the side up yet here. So for me on right now, I'm as well going to see the funding rates real quickly, and let's see how it's standing for it. You can see clearly funding rates, and it was of course likely to expect here. Funding rates got shaken out once again because market moved up very quickly. Market came down afterwards with another 5.5%, shaked out all the leverage again on the market. So all the exchanges basically have neutral, and on the current time of recording then, for the predicted funding rates, it could be of course a little bit higher, but all the exchanges currently have a neutral funding rate, and of course OKX even have a negative funding rate. So that it does mean right now that there is definitely a lot of long positions got shaked out of the market. So this is having a positive effect on the market right now. And this could be leading, of course, for Bitcoin to really continue its surge towards the upside, because we need to shake out the long positions, the leveraged long positions, before we're really going to see the significant leg towards the 70,000-80,000 US dollars going to create here. Because it's going to be inevitably happening, and Bitcoin is going to set new all-time highs anytime soon. It's just a matter of time till we're going to see so as well. Real quickly, going to discuss the 4-hour downtrend that we have been talking about quite a while right here. So yeah, you can clearly see Bitcoin. I've been looking at this downward slope resistance line here on the chart. You can clearly see this level on the top side got broken. You can clearly see we've found several times major resistance on this range here. While we were breaking above it, we just ignored this level as support. So we came down, of course, and the reason, if we're going to look to the time frame once again, why we came down is, in my opinion, because of the stock market. Because like you can see here, this is the stock market on this time over here. The 5 o'clock candle was over here. There's this candle over here. And this was the candle, the 4-hourly candle for Bitcoin open. So this is, of course, respectively, once again down. I think we got this fake out over here on the market respectively because of the stock market, because the stock market came down another let me see real quickly, another 3.5% in just a matter of 5 hours. And it was of course exactly on the 4-hourly candle that Bitcoin was trading on and just was breaking out, of course. So yeah, this is a little bit more unfortunate to see here, but in the end of the day, we couldn't do anything about this. And of course the stock market is still forming lower lows here, lower highs, so we're currently still in a very significant downtrend. But this is of course really dragging Bitcoin down again here. Of course, the stock market is playing on its lower sides from its all-time high here, while Bitcoin is still trading on a higher leg than its lowest high, of course, on the market. So I personally think this isn't fake out that we see on the market. It was a very clear level of resistance, and we would have been flipping this level into support if the stock market was not, of course, doing such kind of weird things here. So right now, yeah, we just have another retest to go here. We have another try anytime soon here if we're going to be trying to be breaking through this range high. You can clearly still see the horizontal level on the 4-hourly candle still holding up the price action very well. So this is, of course, having a wider positive effect on the market. But yeah, because of the stock market and the dollar index increasing and the stock market is coming down here, I do think that this was the reason that Bitcoin, of course, did saw clearly this fake out on the top side, and why Bitcoin did came down a little bit from this point. So as well, what is going to be crucial for the Bitcoin rally to continue its way towards the upside is going to be that the stock market is as well going to continue its rally towards the upside, because the stock market is so far really ruining the party for Bitcoin. Like you can see over here, it is coming down every single time here, and I would like to finally see the stock market, of course, recovering its strength. But like now, it looks to be going in an absolutely free fall, that hopefully it could be seeing a very quick recovery anytime soon here on the market. So yeah, let's wait and see how it's going to be playing out here, but it's going to be quite crucial that we're going to be anytime soon find a bounce on this level, because yeah, if the stock market is going to be continuing its way down here, yeah, this is going to be having a wider bearish effect on Bitcoin. And look at this here, stock market, of course, particularly big down here. Some people may be saying to you guys out there right now, okay, this is the end of the stock market, this is the big crash that we're going to get here, because basically the reason why we are getting this correction in the market, in the stock market right now, is because of the virus 2.0 here, of course. So people are scared on the stock market, but of course once the fear is ruling in the market, you should be starting to get greedy. And as well, I do think there will become an end towards the stock market dip anytime soon. And what I have said several times before here, as long as the stock market is right now dipping here and every investor is going to say there's going to be a market crash, this is not going to be a market crash, and the stock market is most likely not going to crash here in the middle of this pandemic, because you know why it's not going to be happening here, because the US will be defend themselves by of course printing more money to of course push the stock market up again, because they can't afford a financial crisis right now here. So I don't think the stock market is going to collapse here in the coming 3 months ahead of us right now. I think it could be happening in 2022 here, because yeah, the stock market, the house market, it's a very big bubble that we're currently seeing here, and it's most likely going to, yeah, the bubble is going to pop eventually, you know. So I'm very curious about where it is heading towards from that point. But the S&P 500 is indeed in a very significant downtrend right now in the immediate short term. So we are going to keep our eyes wide open. If we're going to look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, yeah, we can still clearly see today we're forming a particularly big wick on the lower side, and yeah, we still have been breaking out of this yeah, falling wedge structure, and as well the RSI trend, we have been breaking out of it. And I definitely think, yeah, this is going to be for sure still lead towards a continuation up here. We do got the blue check mark over here on the screen, and I personally do expect still continuation is going to be likely to expect right now here. We're just seeing a lot of sideways action here on the recent days, in the recent 4 days, if I say correctly, or 3 days right now. Let me see. On the recent 3.5 days, basically 3 days and 11 hours. We have been seeing sideways action for Bitcoin, and the volatility will be most likely turning up for Bitcoin to really choose a direction. Personally, if we're going to be looking for where's the likeliest direction that we're going to be heading towards, it's going to be towards the upside. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards where we're heading towards. December is going to be most likely a pretty huge month here. Right already in the 2nd of December, so time is already flying again, and I should be, of course, prepare yourself in the right ways, of course, over here. As well, real quickly going to go over the total market capitalization here on the market. And before going in towards this, guys, I will be taking a quick sip of my coffee. And if you guys can then slap up that like button, it will be truly appreciated. So, what are we seeing here on the total market capitalization? And of course, we have been talking about this chart several times on the channel. What you can basically see here is that the total market cap of crypto, so basically the total money that is flowing in towards the market, is massively increasing. It is massively increasing. And why don't I see it popping up on the screen? I don't know. But yeah, definitely very excited what we do everything over here. And what I do expect, of course, oh, we see this donation coming in here. And you're saying futures are slightly up on the stock market. That should be more positive for the crypto today here. So yeah, if the futures are up on the stock market, and of course if they are very bullish on the stock market right now, it could be having a better bullish effect on the market. So yeah, today we're going to for sure look about what the stock market is going to do here. I mean, it would be of course lovely if the stock market can bounce back here and the futures as well. But yeah, if we could be having a bullish day, because the stock market today will be of course lovely to see. But of course, like you can see on the past 2 hours, we came down already a little bit on the US 500, aka the S&P 500, of course. So we are still clearly in a downtrend right now that we're trading in, and so far we're forming lower lows, lower highs. And for me, ready to see a trend reversal on this market, we have to be seeing, of course, a clear momentum shift. But of course, if we're going to look at the chart here, okay, clearly see in the 4 hourly candles we're forming several bullish divergence. So we're seeing the momentum being of course extremely low, but the sell pressure is indeed cooling up right now on the downtrend over here. So yeah, I do think as well that today we could be as well expect more bullishness for the stock market, what could be leading towards, of course, more bullishness towards Bitcoin. So it's going to be, of course, quite exciting. But yeah, I'm talking about the total market capitalization, because yeah, and yeah, eventually what we want to be looking at here, and what we do want to be doing here in the cryptocurrency space here is make money, of course. So if we were just looking to the total market cap, so the total amount of money, we do see that every single week, every single time, we see more money flowing in towards the crypto market. So the crypto market is, of course, a huge market that is constantly growing. And of course, since the pandemic crash here in October 2020, in March 2020, we have been growing at approximately 2,400%, what means a 2.6 trillion market capitalization gain here, was of course quite an epic gain that we got on the market, right? So yeah, we have been seeing a very significant increase from that point. I definitely look forward towards where we could be heading towards from this range high as well over here, and I definitely can't wait to see where we could be heading towards from this this point over here. But yeah, what we can clearly see over here is that we have been forming higher lows along the trend up here, and what I should do here is of course always follow the trend here. The trend is your friend till it ends, and right now we can clearly see we do see the trend continuously going up and up and up. We're seeing a higher low getting formed, and the Bitcoin trend and the cryptocurrency market trend is, of course, a very exciting one. So, Kareem as well donating to the channel here. You're saying thoughts on Ethereum Classic. It's been consolidating for a while. What is your price target? So, Kareem, I will be going into towards the Ethereum Classic chart in a second. Because yeah, we got quite a lot of things to still discuss here, and of course, if I'm done with that, I will be putting your request on the second stream. I will be going over the Ethereum Classic chart here. So yeah, I think the general thoughts about the cryptocurrency market is that the market is continuously growing, and that the market is, of course, yeah, growing in a very rapid pace here, and that we can clearly see, of course, that the total market cap is just continuously growing and growing, and of course, every single time we touch the support line, it definitely shows us a good buying range, of course, on the market. So as well, not a supportive donation, and you're saying Doge is running up massively low. So I mean, I've not really checked Doge yet here today, to be honest, but Doge is just pretty massively running up here. I don't really see it because on CoinMarketCap, it's still on 20 cents here. So maybe I'm seeing something differently than you see. But let me quickly check up here before going back into Bitcoin and Ethereum. But oh, indeed, Doge is indeed doing a particularly big surge towards the upside. Literally an 8% move here on a 1 hour candle. So of course, this is typically Doge here. It does these crazy things here of like 8 or 10% candles out of nowhere in 1 hour. So of course, this is Dogecoin. And of course, even on CoinMarketCap is now loaded up here, and now right now it's loaded up here, and of course it's trading on 21 cents right now here, 22 cents almost. So yeah, pretty crazy. Of course, Dogecoin does weird stuff here, but yeah, just imagine it has like a 2% rally up here. It has it just shoot up with 2 billion market cap. It's like crazy how fast it went up here. So it's some 10% surge that we did got on the market, and that was, of course, let's say 8% here, but that was, of course, an approximately 2 billion market cap just flowing in towards Dogecoin. That's crazy, right? Just this move over here. I mean, Dogecoin pretty weird, of course, but indeed it continues already up here. But look at the volatility that Dogecoin has been creating, of course, from the high to the low. It's been down pretty quickly here. From the all-time high first to the level we're running trading on, we're down 70% here, and of course, from the level we're running trading on towards the all-time high, it's going to be a 240% rally. So yeah, Dogecoin still can do everything, but yeah, the volatility is always going to be high in this token. I do think so. And of course, I mean, if you hold all this token, just hold it and just see it like you threw away your money, man. So very, very exciting. Sheepy boy is well over here. 1 Bitcoin is 1 Lambo. Eventually it will here, of course. Elon tweeted, so probably indeed Elon Musk tweeted about the Dogecoin price action, probably, or something about Dogecoin, and he said, of course, 16 hours ago, no, he not tweeted about that. Maybe in a reply he tweeted about it. So oh, here you can see he reacted to CoinDesk, of course. So Ethereum high transaction fees has made DeFi accessible to small investors. And then Elon Musk reacts with Doge. So that's a pretty interesting reaction from Elon Musk that we got over there. I don't know what he wants to say with it. Doge, I don't know exactly what it means with it, but pretty interesting, of course. Doge is, of course, the solution for DeFi, apparently. So pretty cool what we do see over there, and we're going to keep our eyes wide open about what the market in general is going to do. But then let me have a quick look in towards Ethereum and what we do see for the Ethereum price action as well, because yeah, Ethereum is, of course, pretty excited here. What we are having over here right now on the market, of course, Ethereum trading on the $4,600. It came down massively since yesterday. Of course, like you can see right now on the daily time frame, we're still forming a lower high here, what is, of course, respectively a little bit unfortunate to see here. You can clearly see yeah, you can clearly see Ethereum had a particularly massive rally towards the upside. Ethereum moved up particularly quickly here towards higher ranges. Right now we were forming, of course, this lower high trajectory. We broke it, sent it in towards a higher high trajectory. So right now I can say to you guys out there, Ethereum is in an uptrend. Ethereum is not in a downtrend anymore. And I can tell you a few things what you want to be doing in uptrends. In uptrends, you want to be buying every single freaking dip here, and that's how it's right now works here. So Ethereum has been forming higher lows along the way up here. It has been forming higher highs along the way up here as well. Yesterday, we told you guys about this diminishing high structure. So you can clearly see diminishing high structure. And give me right now, real quick second. So yesterday, we told you guys about the diminishing high structure on Ethereum. So it was forming, like you can see over here, basically diminishing highs. What basically means here there is a lack of strength on the rally towards the upside. We're first going exponential, we're forming exponential lows, exponential highs, and eventually you form, of course, not really exponential highs anymore. And because you're doing so, you're losing a lot of momentum on the momentum indicators, and the market's still continuously going up, and you're creating bearish divergence, and that's the reason why market comes down here. So yeah, market came down clearly. What we are seeing right now in the market is that this market is forming, of course, a higher low in the market over here. While it's still forming a higher low, it's, of course, respectively very good here. And while we're doing so, we're forming, of course, a lower low in the RSI. And this, of course, is maybe for some people, they understand it differently. And they see this maybe as a bad thing. But personally, this is a good thing here. The market came down. The market cooled off here. And right now, the market is preparing itself for another significant leg up here, in my opinion. You know why I'm saying so? Because we're right now creating another hidden bullish divergence. So you can clearly see here on the market, hidden bullish divergence is in the making right now. And guys, as well, I do have a special announcement for you guys out there. And of course, if you have not followed me on Twitter already, if you follow me on Twitter, you probably already know about it. But guys, there will be a very, very cool indicator coming towards our way right now here. So I will be dropping a Rover Trends V1 is going to be the first indicator I'm most likely going to drop here. So it's going to be a very interesting indicator, and of course, guys, it's going to be an indicator integrated here on TradingView, so you can use my indicator on TradingView to, of course, spot a lot of interesting things here, because my indicator is going to be coming all about, of course, momentum trends here on the market. So how to identify trends, how to see certain movements on the market, how to see certain divergence in the market as well. It's going to be helping you basically with identify momentum on crypto and Bitcoin on the market. So you know what's very lovely about this indicator that's going to be here, because everyone here on the internet is, of course, selling their indicators, but I'm here not going to sell my indicator. I'm going to give it away for free to you guys. Of course, there are going to be some requirements that you have to be, follow me on YouTube and Twitter, of course, probably, but there will be no, you don't have to pay anything for the indicator. So the indicator will be free for use, but it's going to be extremely excited. And of course, hopefully you guys are going to like it as well here, because I've been yesterday had like a few meetings. Of course, the site is right now as well getting built here, where you can be applying for it. It's going to be, of course, it will be a pretty big thing here. It's going to be a pretty big thing here, and I definitely can't wait to see how it's going to be playing out over here. And it's going to be a very exciting indicator, because it will help us. It are basically several indicators combined here with some extra tools on top of it. So it will make it very easy for you guys to identify trends here. And of course, you can use it on several time frames. And of course, I will be as well make an explanation video about it, because there, of course, are certain things that not so easy to understand by the indicator. Of course, I already saw some preview builds here, because yesterday we went over it, and of course we went through the first build here, because I told my requirements what I do want here, and we went over the first build. Right now, there are some things that I'm still shifting up over there, and I think the indicator is like finished already in 2 or 3 days from now on, but then I have to wait till my site is done here, so you guys can as well apply for it. But guys, it's going to be very, very excited, and it's going to be an indicator that is going to be absolutely make us even more profitable. So it's going to be a lovely one here, and of course the lovely part about it here is that I'm not going to be asking you guys money for it. So I hopefully hope that you guys are going to like it. It's not, of course, charged for it, because I don't really care about charging people for those kinds of stuff here. So hey, Mr. Mogul here, your favorite, please find out a good sell price TP for me to put on Rune. I'm day trading it. So we'll be as well go over Rune and over to Ethereum Classic in a second, Mr. Mogul. So please give me a second. We'll be finishing up my thoughts on Ethereum, and then I can go over it, of course. But yeah, Ethereum currently forming this hidden bullish divergence, what is, of course, respectively having a more of a bullish edge right now on the market. That's, of course, helping us to right now still push up the price a little bit from off this point. So that's, of course, lovely to see here. So right now we're curving back up here. I right now would be as well expecting, since Ethereum is right now in a higher low structure on the 4 hourly candles, to as well expect a continuation towards the upside. So do not expect Ethereum is going to fall very, very much closer, very, very much more down from off this point. I do personally expect Ethereum is going to continue its way up here, and in the coming 8 to 12 hours, it's going to trade on a new local high over here at least. So very bullish about Ethereum, of course, on daily time frame. We're looking at the major rising wedge, of course, on the market. This rising wedge is, of course, an bullish bias pattern, bearish bias pattern that you are creating. But of course, as soon as we do break the top side of resistance, this could be having a more of a bullish bias edge here, of course. So we're right now going to wait to see, where this market is basically heading towards, and we're just going to wait and and see how it's going to be playing out. But personally, I do expect really to see increasing highs here. But of course, the rising wedge is basically a structure where you're seeing diminishing highs getting formed here on the market. So hopefully we could be stop seeing this diminishing high return here and break the top side of resistance, and then of course shoot up towards higher targets for Ethereum. I'm looking forward towards the future best indicator on trading. I mean, guys, indeed, it's going to be a crazy indicator. I mean, I already saw some preview builds of the indicator, right? So it will be a very, it's not very hard to understand. There will be, of course, some extra options for people that do like a little bit more in-depth trading view indicators that are maybe a little bit harder to understand, but are going to be a lot of my favorite indicators combined in one with several extra signals on it to show you when it is bullish or bearish. So it's going to really help you out here. It's going to really help you out. And yeah, the best part about it is that it's just completely for free, of course. And of course, yeah, for me, I mean, I invested quite a lot of money in the development. But I mean, it just makes me happy if my community just makes more money, you know. So that's, of course, the lovely part about it. We're just going to be making more money together with the indicator. So I definitely can't wait to see what we're going to do here. And of course, we're going to use my indicator as well in my streams here, so we can, of course, help you guys, of course, use the indicator, and it's going to be quite exciting. Let me quickly see here. He said it in the past. Of course, I'm not suggesting, of course, always do your own research, but yeah, leveraging Ethereum with, let's say, 1x, or maybe leveraging Ethereum with, let's say, 2 or 3x right now, is definitely very powerful, because if you're going to leverage Ethereum with such a low leverage, and you're going to keep it open for, let's say, 3 or 4 months from now, and first of all, the funding rates are still definitely going to be worth it, because if we're doing calculation, you have to be as well worth it against the funding rates, right? It has to be worth it, because otherwise, yeah, it's not worth the risk to, of course, trade your Ethereum right now against the on exchanges, right? So what I should do here is, let's say you take a 2 or 3x leverage on Ethereum, right? On BYBIT, you're going to keep it open for 2 or 3 months here. You know why on 2 or 3 months here? Because what we do know here is that the merge update, so the next hard fork update for Ethereum, what is going to be removing the proof of work, is going to come out here in Q1 here. And of course, before such an update is getting released, at first we will be getting locked in towards the block rewards, right? So once the block is set that the update will come in, it's usually a month before it. So let's say in 2 or 3 months from now, I think already in 2, maybe in 1 month already from now on, we're going to get a lock-in date for the merge hard fork update. Of course, if we're going to get the merge hard fork update on the Ethereum network, it will be once again cause a major hype run up. It's going to cause a major hype run up, because you know why? Ethereum is right now burning tokens. That caught people already pretty excited. But you know what's funny with the merge? With the merge, it will be making Ethereum as well deflationary, and it is not right now here. And most likely, the most amount of hype is going to come towards the merge is coming, and not after the merge. After the merge is going to be maybe 1 or 2 years. Ethereum being hypeless or so, you know, but after 2 years, then people realizing, oh shit, we're losing so much supply every single year. I have to take a position on Ethereum right now for the future. But of course, if we're going to be right now taking, of course, a good opinion about where do we see the market heading towards in the coming 4 or 5 months from now on, to where do we see the market standing in 3 months from now on, I think that Ethereum is going to be one of the best coins to be leverage longing with 2 or 3x leverage, very low leverage. I mean, you should not become too greedy. You always, what I should suggest as well, don't leverage against the US dollar tether. Leverage Ethereum compared to US dollar with a perpetual contract. What basically means is that you're going to leverage Ethereum with your Ethereum. So once the price action of Ethereum increases because you're in a long position, your Ethereum, you're gaining more Ethereums and not more USD tether, right? So you're making a double win here, because let's say Ethereum is right now trading on 5,000 US dollars. Just let's say that like that, right? Ethereum is trading on 5,000 US dollars, and while Ethereum is trading on 5,000 US dollars, while Ethereum is trading on 5,000 US dollars, you just open your 3x leverage long position. Ethereum is going to go towards 10,000 US dollars. You went with a 3x in here. You right now have, of course, a 300% gain here, because market increased 100%. You're using 3x leverage, so you have 300% gain here. Though 300% is, of course, a gain in your Ethereum in your trade. So let's say you trade with 1 Ethereum, you right now have 3 Ethereums, but those 3 Ethereums are right now going to be worth 30,000 US dollars, and you're not trading it against USD tether, because your 1 Ethereum is at that point 5,000 US dollars, is right now worth 15,000 US dollars, because you made 300% gains here. But because you're trading as well against the Ethereum perpetual, you're making as well more gains on Ethereum itself. So it's a win-win scenario if you're going to use it with very low leverage. And if you're going to trade, of course, first of all, low leverage is low risk. If you're using a 3x leverage, you're not going to get fucked here. And of course, what I should always suggest here, and of course no financial advice, but I always will be doing here, in my own opinion here, is that if I go to be opening my position on Ethereum over here, let's say I'm going to use it with a 3x leverage. I'm going to open right now this position with 3x leverage on Ethereum. Like, I'm going to not let my liquidation price is going to be, of course, 33% down here. So my liquidation price is going to be, in this case, on the $3,000. But I will never let it come so far here. What I will always do here is, let's say this is going to be a strong level of support. I'm going to add I'm going to double down my quantity as well. We're going to go further down. I'm going to double down my quantity. That's how I always will approach it. So you always will have the least amount of risk. And of course, if you're going to do that, you're going to double down your quantity. Your liquidation price is going to be somewhere around the 1,500 or 2,000. And you will be not getting screwed. And of course, as long as you use more capital, you will never get wrecked. Of course, I'm not anticipating Bitcoin, if Ethereum is going back to $2,000 or $4,000, because I'm personally anticipating it's going to go way beyond of that. But of course, always in terms of risk management, you should be always prepared for every single black swan event or whatsoever. So make sure that you always set up your limit orders, of course. And of course, if you do want to be trading this Ethereum, or if you do want to be trading on something else, if you do want to be trading altcoins, if you believe in an altcoin that's going to do a 100% gain in the coming, let's say, 2 months from now on, you can as well just use leverage with 2 or 3x leverage, you know, and you could be taking to the very least amount of risk here. So if you do want to be signing up here with the link description, and if you do want to be taking some trades here as well, don't forget to check out the link in the description here, because here in the link description, you could be signing up with BYBIT right now here. And of course, if you're going to sign up with BYBIT here in the link description, you will be getting a $4,100 deposit bonus above it. So you can even add that $4,000 towards your Ethereum trade that you could be accumulating, of course, with extreme low leverage. And of course, you know what the biggest mistake is from the most amount of people that I've been talking about that tried this strategy? You want to hear it? I will tell you guys right now, because probably you guys would like to hear it here. But the biggest problem from my friend who done the same strategy here, he was in a 30 or 40% profit. You know what he did that? Because he, of course, accumulated his 3x leverage long position. He upped his leverage to 10x, and he added more quantity to his position, and then he got fucked. So never adjust your leverage in this trade, because sometimes you're maybe going to be up 90%. There's going to be a day that you're going to be up 90%. You made such good profits, market move up 30% since your entry point of your trade, and right now you are going to be upping the leverage because you think it's a good idea. No, it is not a good idea. It's a freaking bad idea. So never up your leverage. Never up your leverage. Come up, camera. Come on. Come up, camera. Come on. I don't know what my camera is doing here. I maybe have to, I mean, it's a very good camera. I've never had these issues. But yeah, never upgrade your leverage. It's very stupid, because that is where the biggest mistakes come from. And you know why people are upping their leverage? Because they're greedy, because people think they can make more money out of it, of the move. And that is, of course, a very big mistake, certainly made by the majority of the traders here, because the majority of the traders make their mistakes by becoming too greedy. Bitcoin up and down. CME gap got filled. That's not true. CME gap got partially filled. Smash the camera. I mean, I think I really have to do so. I mean, I've got 2 cameras over here. I've got one over here, one for the big screen, of course, and one for this one, for the green screen. So it's pretty weird. It's nothing to do with my restarting my camera, I think, here, because I literally did it yesterday. So yeah, let's see what's going to be playing out. So as well, question coming in here: inverse head and shoulders on Bitcoin playing out right now. So I mean, if you're going to be approaching it like that, yeah, for sure you could be seeing. So you can clearly see over here, horizontal resistance on the top side getting formed here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Increasement could be, of course, a breakout target towards the upside, but could be leading towards a very significant increasement of valuation. So yeah, indeed, looking particularly like an inverse head and shoulders. That's true, man. CME gap got not filled. No, it's not filled yet. Like you can see over here. And of course, if you get to the CME chart, you can clearly see it's not filled yet. This is the green box of the CME gap, and it's clearly not filled yet here. And oh my man, this is a little bit glitched. I don't know why it is doing so. But yeah, it's not filled yet here, the CME gap. So please take that in consideration. It's not done yet. Where are you from, Robert? Please let me know. I'm from the Netherlands. You just need to change your auto photo settings. It's a Logitech 4K camera, and I have like the Elgato camera. I maybe have to do that. I mean, I will be not doing it right now live in the stream, but I will be checking it out after the stream again. Maybe I have to adjust my focus of my camera. That's a very good one. It's probably have to do something with that, because yeah, it just doesn't want to do so. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let me see. Let me see. Where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands. I answered your question 3 times. I did already answer your question. So guys, let me go right now towards the request here. So first request was of course the Ethereum Classic from Karim. And after this, Mr. McGoll, I will be going into your request here. But Ethereum Classic, I think it's a shit coin. So I'm staying away from Ethereum Classic. I don't think it's a good coin to be buying. Of course, it came up very massively. Why it came up here is because of a pump and dump, literally. So I should stay away from this coin. Of course, that's my very wise, not advice. Of course, I can't give you any advice to any one of you guys out there. But that's my wise opinion that I will be giving to you guys out there with you. Of course, we could be looking at certain trend lines, but last time around as well, it went parabolic. Like you can see, it has a parabolic structure. It went parabolic, and then of course, it consolidates on the top. And then it comes down massively. That's how it works here in parabolic schedules, of course. So, what I will say to you guys out there, I think Ethereum Classic could be literally do the same again here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be once again rallying up so quickly towards the upside again. But is it a smart and responsible investment? No, it is totally not a smart and responsible investment in my opinion. So yeah, that's the reason why as well we'll be staying away from it. So yeah, can be easily doing another 10x from here on, but is it going to be a smart investment? No, it isn't. Of course, we can clearly see higher low getting formed, higher low getting formed, higher low getting formed, higher low getting formed. So yeah, the trend is still definitely your friend till it ends here, and indeed we are still forming higher lows on the market. So I mean, I don't think this is really a coin that's going to be doing a very good job here in the future. I don't think that Ethereum Classic is, let's say, a good investment for the coming year of us from now on. Yeah, it could be maybe see some pumps. It could be maybe see some significant dumps here. But is that the reason that you are going to be investing in this token? That's going to be the real big question that you should be asking yourself here. So indeed, we're forming a major downward slope resist line here from the high. The Ethereum Classic, of course, could be, of course, show us a lot of things here, but still can ignore the technical analysis, of course. So yeah, right now we can clearly see downward slope resist line with 3 significant touch points and 3 significant rejections on the high. As soon as we do break this top side of resistance, I do expect a continuation towards the upside again here for the price action. But as long as we're not doing so, yeah, we'll be not expecting a lot here. To be honest, if we're going to be breaking this lower band of support, yeah, this is going to be resulting in Ethereum Classic coming even down further from up this point. So please take it as well in consideration. So if Ethereum Classic is going to be having a bearish retest of the lows here, and if it's going to be failing to hold on towards the horizontal level, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more unfortunate. But let's see how it's going to be ending. Hopefully we could be seeing, of course, still breaker towards the upside for you guys, because yeah, I would love to see you guys going to be benefiting from the price action of Ethereum Classic, but I just don't think it is going to be extremely likely. Of course, the highs as well, we've been still in a lower high structure here. It's definitely not forming any kind of an uptrend right now here, so please be very careful with this right here. So as well, Mr. McGold donating to the channel here, and you're saying, you were asking about Rune because you're day trading it today here. So Rune, of course, yeah, not doing anything special here. Of course, we first of all had the 25th of December as their mainnet getting launched here. That, of course, got delayed, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But so far, Rune looks to be, of course, going in a pretty wavy direction, of course. Right now, if we're going to look at Rune, it looks to be it's following Bitcoin very much here. So that's pretty interesting to see. What you can clearly see on the Rune price action is that the top side of resistance is every single time providing us resistance on this market. So what we can clearly see is that, of course, the higher range over here is going to be a major level of resistance for Rune. So if you're going to look for a sell target on the top side, yeah, you're going to be ready to look, of course, for this level around the 11.55 cents approximately. If you're going to look for a buy range on the lower side, you can clearly see we're forming an upper stomach support line. Not the most beautiful one, to be very honest. That indeed, we are forming an upper stomach support line. With significant amount of touch points, of course, already over here getting formed there. So you're forming a very significant upper stomach support line that's so far holding us up very well here. And just a few hours ago, we retraced back towards the level to retest the support again here. So yeah, Rune is definitely bouncing up this range every single time here. And it looks to be a very strong accumulation range for Rune right now. And it looks to be that Rune is bouncing every single time from this level. But how I will be approaching Rune for sure is that, do you want to be having a very good accumulation range? I should rather look, of course, at this lower band here around the 9.55 or 9.60 cents here over here. Because this lower range over here is going to be a very strong level of support. And it's going to be in a crucial level that's going to be most likely holding up the range over here for the Rune price action. So, yeah, that is what I will be looking at for right now here. I would not be all too much thinking about I would not much think about accumulating range ranges over here, because yeah, there's definitely a very big chance that Rune is first of all going to visit the lower side. But of course, that is really going to come down to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is going to create a shakeout, it's going to be bringing Rune down here, and that is going to be the crucial fast that we do have on the market right now. Of course, if we're going to set up a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, you can see we're trading below the 0.236 here. This level provided this resistance along the way down here, and right now you can clearly see it originally around it provided this a rejection, and right now the 10.82 cents here is going to be a level that is going to still provide us a lot of resistance, and this is going to be a level that's going to be holding us back most likely. So let's see if we could be breaking above this level on the 1 hour candle close. So of course, we're most likely going to do so if Bitcoin is going to continue its way up here, because like you can see, these charts are very much comparable with each other. You can compare them very, very good with each other right now here on this market. So yeah, pretty interesting. And of course, on the 4 hourly candles, if we're going to look towards that, you can clearly see upper slope support line getting formed here on the 4 hourly candles. And this is so far bouncing us up every single time we're touching this range here. So yeah, looking forward towards where Rune could be heading towards from up this point. But day trading Rune here right now is still going to be risky, because I mean, if you're going to day trade Rune here, I should for sure base your opinions as well with Bitcoin right now here. But by the way, Bitcoin closed a 1 hour candle just a moment ago. And guys, by the way, I see here right now, we're trading, we are having 900 of you guys here in the stream, and we're only having 287 likes. So only 10 more likes away before slapping it up to 300. So guys, if you haven't already smashed up the like button, make sure to do so right now here. If you want to be smashing up the like button right now, it will be truly appreciated. And let's head for the let me see, how much likes should we go for today. Let's go for the 1000 again as well, guys. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do so. But Mr. McGoals as well saying, I bought it for $10.56 here. Should I sell right now? I mean, you're making a profit right here, 20 cents here, token. So yeah, you're definitely you're not selling at a loss, so that's always a good thing to see, of course, on the market. But what I will say to you guys, you there out there right now, I mean, yeah, you're trading against that Fibonacci resistance, right? So I think it could be going further on towards the upside. My real resistance zone and my real sell zone is going to be the $11.45 here. I mean, I'm not really saying it's not going to be continuing its way up right now here, because it's very likely to continue its way up here, because what we can see on the 1 hour candles is, of course, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? So we're forming higher lows along the way, and it looks like a good accumulation range over here, to be very honest. But yeah, we are running into some targets of resistance right now. And of course, if we're really going to look to lower time frames, we can as well set up Fibonacci from the high to the low over here, and you can clearly see, yeah, we broke the 0.236 here. Right now, the next realistic resistance target is going to be the $10.88 here. So yeah, there are a lot of resistance ahead of us right now here, and I'm looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from at this point. The Dark Aura as well donating $3 Aussie dollars to the channel. Thank you so much for that, of course. But yeah, you really have to make your own opinion about this one, but I think it's very hard to day trade Rune right now here, because it's not giving me a clear buy zone or sell zone right now. Of course, it's giving me a clear sell zone, but not clear support range that we're running trading on. So yeah, you can see clearly on this level that we're running trading on, we have been seeing several times very strong support, like you can see over here. Here's wall, here's wall. So hopefully we could be seeing a bounce from this range here. Personally, it's likely to expect it, but yeah, you have to make your own decision about this one over here. What is the CME gap? We explained several. Oh, whoopsie. What is the CME gap? We explained several times there. It's basically not so hard to explain here. CME gap is very simple. CME gap is basically in the weekend the CME closes, and the price difference is the gap that we're going to get here in the weekend that we create. And of course, this last time around here in the weekend, we pushed up here, and that's the reason why we do have a CME gap here on the 56k towards the 54.4k. So yeah, very interesting. So let me see what you guys have over here. Let me go over further some extra technical analysis, but let me start off with Solana, because Solana, of course, moved up, rallied up very quickly yesterday. Solana doing a very good job here, of course, like you can see, close this daily candle outside of the stop side of resistance. Yeah, right now, basically, it broke its downtrend. Right now, we broke its downtrend on Solana. Solana, of course, continuing its way up here right now. Looking particularly strong here. Solana, of course, right now, like you can see over here, there was no resistance, got broken. Right now, we're continuing our way up here. So Solana is once again showing a lot of strength here, and it just keeps on pumping and pumping and pumping. It's like crazy. Like Solana is definitely unstoppable. I don't know what it is, but it is definitely unstoppable, of course. We retested the previous autumn high several times here, like you can see over there. Since then, we moved up again. Right now, I do want to be bringing out to you guys out there is that it could be a potential double top getting formed on the imminent short term, like you can see over here. But once again, if Bitcoin is going to pump today, it's going to be Solana. It's going to be even further on pump here. So a lot of dates is going to be coming down towards Bitcoin is doing. And today is once again another day like that. I think it's going to be coming down. If Bitcoin is going to see a massive pump from here on, just like it saw yesterday, it's going to be helping these altcoins like Solana, like Ethereum, you know. So we are running towards a higher this resistance stop over here on the market. So I'm looking forward towards it, what we could be heading towards right here. But if we're going to look towards the 4-hourly time frame, yeah, you can clearly see as well. The highs is getting right now rejected so far in the market. Like you can see previously around, we got rejected by this range here. And of course, like you can see as well in the market over here previously around, you can see rejection as well, support getting found on this level and resistance over there as well. So yeah. It's a level in Solana that we do have some history with right now, and of course it's a very easy level to spot here. But since of course Solana did broke its downtrend here on the 4-hourly candles, yeah, we have been of course continuously pumping towards the upside. So yeah, the next realistic target to break is going to be the top side of resistance over here, and of course we could be looking of course at some kind of a W structure. If we do break the top side, it's going to be game on for Solana, and Solana is going to be seeing an even further continuation up here, and it's going to be very likely that it's going to be even start pumping here towards targets around the let me see, targets around the $280. Yeah, $280 over here. So yeah, looking forward towards where we could be heading towards. But Solana looks to be, of course, ready for another significant leg up here. Of course, since the low, it climbed back to already 30% here. What is, of course, a crazy surge that we got on the market. So yeah, Solana is definitely looking ready right now for its continuation towards the upside from up this current point of recording as well. We're quickly going to go over Cardano. Cardano is, of course, up as well a little bit today here. It's doing a little bit of a better job than Chainlink. It's doing a better job than Litecoin. It's doing a better job than Binance Coin and XRP. So, yeah, finally Cardano doing something. Yeah, what we could see here right now is finally maybe a bottoming structure that we're, of course, going to form in higher low, horizontal neckline. And, of course, if we are going to be breaking the neckline, yeah, that could be leading towards a massive continuation towards the upside. But so far, yeah, if we're going to as well look to the funding rates, let's see what Cardano is doing, because Cardano is still having, yeah, particular regular funding rates, not extremely negative, not extremely positive. It's, of course, on every exchange a little bit differently. So, yeah, Cardano is definitely neutral if we're going to look to funding rates right now, but we could be right now finally forming a bottoming structure where we're going to form in higher low, where we could be then see, of course, in continuation from up, of course. Yeah, Cardano has been going down in its trend for a very long time here, coming down in a particularly rapid pace there. On the 4-hourly candles, yeah, we can clearly see we had this massive downtrend getting formed here. This downtrend did got broken just a moment ago. So you can clearly see rejections along the way down here. Then we break above it, right now flipping this level into support. So I'm very curious about how it's going to be playing out here and how further on Cardano is going to be developing its price action from this point. But yeah, it does look finally that we could be seeing some kind of a reversal in this market. So it is going to be having a little bit more of a bullish edge here right now. So that's going to be quite exciting if we do get that. As well, Binance Coin, of course, Binance Coin yesterday was almost going to be breaking out of this symmetrical triangle like we discussed, of course. So Binance Coin was trading in this very significant consolidation pattern, and what I would like to see, what I would have liked to see here is that Binance Coin was going to be breaking this top side of resistance for this continuation up here. So like you can see right in the chart here, Binance Coin, they clearly did not saw this breakthrough here, and you can clearly see still symmetrical triangle consolidating. So it's going to be either a breakout here in the coming 2 days here from now on. So it's going to be very exciting. But of course, a breakout on Binance Coin is going to be resulting in a 20% surge towards the upside. So I definitely can't wait for that, of course, to happen. Right now, Bitcoin is moving up again here, so we're keeping our eyes wide open on Bitcoin, of course. So as soon as Bitcoin does something, we'll be keeping you guys up to date, of course, here on the channel. So don't forget to, of course, slap up that like button if you do want to be staying up to date about the Bitcoin price action right now. The BNB, of course, still have to wait for this daily candle close. If this daily candle close can then finally see the stop side getting broken, yeah, that could be leading towards a continuation up here. But like you can see here on today's candle, we clearly did not saw the breakout, and because we did not saw the breakout, yeah, we have to wait another day till we're going to see most likely this volatility getting started to creating over here. So yeah, Pretty unfortunate, but yeah, price action getting squeezed in towards an apex, and a breakout will be here anytime soon. So I definitely can't wait to see what BNB is going to go going to do over here. Of course, compared to Bitcoin, BNB is doing a particularly good job here. Yeah, like you can see, very close towards its all-time highs here, and of course, because it's so close towards its all-time highs, yeah, it could be seeing a breakout anytime soon here, of course, as well compared to the Bitcoin valuation. What I do want to say over here is that you can see over here, this is the daily resistance target. Right now, it's still getting rejected by this, and of course, it will be putting up another daily resistance target on the all-time high here. But yeah, you can clearly see, as soon as we do break this top side of resistance, I personally think we do have, of course, a very significant leg to go for. Because if we do break this top side of resistance, I personally see an right away increasement of another 8% against Bitcoin for the BNB chart here. So I'm looking forward towards it. BNB is going to be most likely shows a lot of volatility towards the upside, and it's looking good as well compared to Bitcoin as compared to the US dollar right now. So it's of course having a wider positive effect on this market here. Let me as well go over some other coins here, and let me see what the chat really wants me to go over. EGLD, of course. EGLD is a very exciting token that we could be looking at, of course, on the daily time frame. It came down of this 4-hour support band, so it's pretty unfortunate. So this is a major correction we got on the EGLD price action. So is EGLD right now, of course, another correction towards the downside we're currently getting, so it's pretty unfortunate to see. So best coin to ape in, and Mr. Magol, I'm going to go over a very exciting coin to ape in a second. What is of course as well particular, not necessarily a low cap, but still a little bit of a lower cap per coin, so where you can literally make a 10x from. So I will be talking about it in a second from now on. But the EGLD, of course, still continuously setting lower highs, lower lows, so EGLD is indeed in a downtrend. Of course, our accumulation range has been arriving. Like you can see, let me extend the levels. Let me remove the top side over here, but you can clearly see our accumulation range has been arriving. The previous high gets retested right now. So is this going to be finally the bottom? Will be lovely to see, of course. If we're going to look to the funding rates, we can still see EGLD probably is extremely red here. Let me see. Yeah, EGLD. Oh, I mean, it's positive again here on other exchanges. So on BYBIT still minus 0.24%. So if you're going to be accumulating a long position, you're going to get paid to be in a position here on EGLD, so make sure to check that out. That's the reason why I do think EGLD is right now a powerful coin to trade. And of course, if you do want to be trading the market, don't forget to check out the link in the description, of course, because that will be allowing you to trade the market here in real time here, of course. So EGLD, definitely very exciting. I do still think it's not a bad coin to be accumulating in terms of spot and in terms of leverage. It's forming still, looks to be creating a downward slope resistance line from the highs here. So I'm looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from this range here. But yeah, it looks to be providing a lot of resistance over here. And hopefully we could be still seeing continuation towards the upside getting formed from up this point. Of course, horizontal resistance getting found. Flip this level into support right now. Hopefully we could be seeing a very strong bounce from this level here. This is one of those levels I've been looking forward towards to, of course, start to be accumulating my EGLD tokens on. And right now you are going to be able to do so, of course. If we're going to then still not hold on towards this level, the next major level of support right now is going to be this horizontal level here for EGLD around the 330 US dollars. So please take that in consideration. Extremely strong level of support that you could be looking at right now. And it could be for sure provide you very strong opportunities on this market right here. So yeah, looking forward towards that. And then, of course, the question from Mr. Mogul is here on the channel. Your question is, what is a good coin to be aping in towards? And guys, I mean, we really like, first of all, we really like VeChain, right, on the channel. And I find the VeChain with the low cap VeChain with very good partnerships as well. So a coin that I'm very excited about, and a coin that I was willing to show with you guys out there that I do think is a little bit of this underdog coin, of course, is Morpheus Network. Of course, like you can see, this year all alone, it had a particularly significant rally here. It had a pretty good rally. It has only a 115 million market cap. So market cap is, of course, particularly low, still P400 token. I mean, I took already my position in this coin here because I personally think it's going to be a very, very good coin. So this coin, you can see their text is basically, it's a platform token, self-reported tag here. It's a logistic token and payments token here. So if we go to the site, let me real quickly explain what they're basically doing here. So this is, of course, particularly exciting here. What they do have over here is a blockchain powered by the supply chain. So what they're trying to do here is bring the supply chain, bring the blockchain to real world use cases. And Morpheus Network is basically a global supply platform. So you can see over here, Morpheus Network is a supply chain middleware platform seamlessly integrating legacy and emerging technologies. Blockchain, we provide companies with shipments and item visibility for optimizing and automating safe and secure supply chains, saving time and money. And that is of course extremely beautiful, because what I do like about crypto, what I do like about blockchain, if there's going to be bringing it towards real world use cases. And of course they have a minor video over here, and you can see over here Morpheus Network, what they're basically explaining real quickly what they're doing.
Our vision is a world with more effective, fair and sustainable commerce. Our customers and partners harvest the benefits from digitization using our emerging technology middleware. What is driving the digitization of the agri-industrial supply chain? Firstly, it's a reduction of manual documents, states and events. And
this is a 5-minute video, so I should suggest to check that out yourself as well, because we're not going to watch here a 5-minute video. But yeah, it's a pretty exciting coin, of course, what they're doing here. It's backed by industry experts, and basically it's just like VeChain. VeChain is as well a supply chain blockchain. This is as well a supply chain blockchain, and of course, what is pretty exciting about this is that where I don't know where I can see their partners. Let me see roadmap. They have of course a roadmap if you want to be seeing what they want to be doing here. But let me see if I can see like their partners. Of course, they as well have a token built on the Ethereum network. But they have as well good partners. And last I just saw it, I don't know exactly where I can see it. But they have of course quite a lot of partners. They are partnering up with Postonel, with DHL. They're particularly big partners over here, and of course they're trying to really solve a lot of these issues of the supply chain blockchain to bring it to real world use case. So of course for next stream I will be showing you guys a little bit more details about it, but basically if VeChain is going to be exploding, Morpheus Network is going to do the exact same here. Of course, I've been looking to this token for quite a while here. Of course, it has been trading on the 11 cents for a while here. Right, it's trading on $3.20, and this is a token that still has 50x potential. This token still has 50x potential, and literally because the market cap is of course extremely low here. If it's going to do a 10x from here on, it's going to have a 1.5 billion market cap. It's going to do a 100x from here on, it's going to be having a 15 billion market cap. What is still very respectively low target, of course, right? So yeah, I'm very excited about the project. I do think as well it's a very good coin to do your own research on. I always say do your own research with Morpheus Network, guys. I will be keeping my eyes wide open on it. And of course, big shout out to Jordan, that Martini guy as well. We talked about this project and we both see a lot of future in this project ourselves. So I'm looking forward towards where we could be heading towards, and I think Morpheus Network is going to be literally change the world here. And of course, as soon as of course coins like VeChain are going to start pumping, what they're most likely are going to do here, because it's a blockchain with real world use cases, of course, and that is of course what I do like about VeChain as well. It's going to be as well coins like Morpheus Network, and Morpheus Network is of course not as big as VeChain right now, and that's the reason that it can still do a 100x, because VeChain, of course, it's a good coin. It's not going to do a 100x because it's already having such a big of a market cap. But this coin has a 150 million market cap and can still do that 100x. So that's the reason why I do like this project. That's the reason why I do love it, of course, currently. And the reason why I do can't wait for it to come out right now here. So looking forward towards what we could be having for this token, but personally, I can't wait to see how it's going to be playing out over here. I definitely can't wait to see how it's going to be playing out, and it's going to be having a probably very positive effect here on the market. Let me quickly check as well on see where some other tokens are standing. PancakeSwap is all the way down to $13. That's pretty crazy, guys. I was just checking up where PancakeSwap is standing, but look at PancakeSwap. It's all the way down to $13. That's pretty unfortunate to see, of course. It's coming down so quickly here. Of course, it was trading on $24. It's literally 50% down from its previous high here 3 months ago. But yeah, I think that where coin can you be opening? Of course, always do your own research, but I think Morpheus Network is a coin with a lot of potential right now today here. So I'm looking forward towards it. But let's look at Cake for a second, because Cake came down pretty quickly here, and yeah, we really need the market to flip bullish again here if we do want to be seeing Cake as well flip bullish. Of course, it's approximately 50% down, was of course crazy. This market being so much down right now here. So it's pretty unfortunate, because I invested quite a lot of my capital as well for quite a while already into Cake. But yeah, coming down so quickly, very unfortunate to see so. But yeah, of course, even though BNB is right now pumping very hard here, it's Cake that's not pumping with it. So that's pretty unfortunate to see so. But yeah, let's see where the market is heading towards from this point here. Hopefully we could be seeing an increasement from value valuation from up this point onwards. Of course, we did broke a critical resistance like in the past, flipped into support over here. We broke below it, what is of course pretty unfortunate to see here. The 20 US dollar range, what it was holding us up very, very well here. And yeah, we broke down, and of course right now we're still of course pretty low here, and of course continuously if we're zooming out here, we're forming higher lows along the way. Let's see if we're going to keep continuously forming these higher lows here. Hopefully we could see so, but cake indeed is losing a lot of valuation. What is unfortunate to see here, and hopefully yeah, this could be leading towards a continuation towards the upside. Hopefully we could do so. Very unfortunate. Yeah, indeed, it's indeed very unfortunate for everyone who is invested in cake, of course. So let me see, can you please do some TA on BitTorrent token? I mean, for sure I don't really like that token that much anymore. Of course, it had this massive rally here in the beginning of the year where it of course pumped up 3500% in just a matter of 81 days here, even shorter amount of time frame. The BitTorrent token, yeah, it's going up here. It's distributing towards the downside again here. I mean, it's not my that's not my most favorite token here, to be honest, to look at. So yeah, you can clearly see downward resistance line from the highs getting formed. Hopefully it's going to be seeing a continuation towards the upside from this point here. So let's see what it's going to be doing here. So far it could be maybe forming a bottom over here, but yeah, let's see how it's going to be playing out. Personally, I will be approaching this downward resistance line from the highs as a critical range here that we have to be breaking over here on the market. So I'm looking forward towards BitTorrent breaking this range, and what we could be getting from that point, of course. So if you're donating to the channel, you're saying, can you please check Mattis? So for sure we can check Mattis, of course, for you, man. But yeah, BitTorrent token, not one of my favorite tokens, of course. What you could be looking at is this horizontal range over here. You can clearly see previous support over here, support over here, support over here, support. Once again, most likely going to be providing support. So yeah, we're indeed trading on a horizontal level of support. So I'm looking forward towards where we could be heading towards for BitTorrent. But no, I don't really think it's going to be an extremely strong token to be looking at right now to accumulate. Of course, as soon as we does break the downward resistance line, that could be maybe your signal to be accumulating this token here. But Matt has never heard about it before. It's not. Oh, it is here. It is here. So not a lot of information about this coin here. It came down massively. And look at this. There's not a lot of volume. There's not a lot of information about this coin. So what I can say right away, this is a low market cap coin here. And Meta's low market cap coin. I mean, yeah. Is this it? Metas DAO. There are two Metases. So I don't know exactly what Metas you mean here. Yeah, if you do mean this one over here, yeah, I probably think you mean this one, because this is what the chart I look at. I mean, I don't look at this token here. I think it's not a good token to look at here. I mean, this chart shows me there's not a lack of information. So unfortunately, I can't look at it right now. Excuse me for that. Let me quickly check out on Morpheus. Morpheus Network is like MVW. If I said correctly. Let me see. MV and MW. Morpheus Network against Tether. So yeah, Morpheus Network, of course, since it got listed on KuCoin, shoot up came down a little bit here. So Morpheus Network is indeed as well launched on KuCoin, which is of course particularly cool here. Also on Bittrex, which you can see over here, yeah, it of course moved up pretty quickly. Right now it's consolidating quite a while here. Definitely on the horizontal range is definitely very strong accumulation range for Morpheus Network. I think Morpheus Network is indeed trading against a fair price right now here. So yeah, looking forward towards where it is heading towards from this point here. But so far, it is holding up this level over here. I'm looking forward towards where it's heading towards from this range here. But Morpheus Network is definitely going to be one of those tokens that's going to be most likely perform very well, and I'm looking forward towards this as well. We're quickly checking up on Pluton. Pluton, absolutely crazy what it is doing, of course. Pluton shoot up towards higher targets like crazy. Like you can see right now, trading on $11.32 here. So Pluton trading on the pretty good ranges, I must say that, to be honest. I must say that Pluto trading on very solid ranges on the market. Right, increasing towards higher levels here. Still set $13 is going to be a resistance target for Pluto on the highs. I personally do not see this level as a sell target. I do really expect this is going to be a level that we're going to be absolutely smashing through, of course. Pluto is a coin that literally has been going exponential since we have been buying in towards it. So, I mean, I've been buying literally in the beginning of the parabolic run up here, so I'm looking forward towards where the market from Pluton is right now heading towards. I think a shoot above the $13 is going to be very likely to expect over here. So I'm definitely looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from this range here. Pluton is of course very excited about what we do have over here. Percy targets around the $17 as well, going to be reachable. It's going to be the range high, of course, of the previous over here, like you can see. So now it's $15 US. So Percy, we're going to be right now focusing, if we're going to look at Pluton, to break the top side of the red box over here. As soon as Pluton does do that, of course, we are going to continuously continuously go up here, in my opinion. But yeah, what has been pretty bullish about Pluton is that they just will announce their Apple Pay possibilities that is coming towards the token. So that's of course pretty exciting that they do have over here, that they did announce that. So I'm looking forward towards Pluton. What it can be doing right now is, well, in the coming days ahead of itself right here, Percy do think is going to be showing us a lot of volatility towards the upside. I can't wait to see what it's going to be doing here. $29 US was the all-time high over here, so let's see what Pluton can do right here. So Pluton is indeed moving up pretty quickly in the last times around here, and we made as channel pretty good gains from it, so I can't wait to see where it's heading towards. Look at this, look at the volatility towards the upside that it came up all the way towards already. So yeah, definitely think it could be seeing an easier continuation up from this point. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards it, looking very much forward towards it. Bitcoin is losing strength is what someone is what Mos Vienna is saying here. So yeah, Bitcoin is coming down a little bit here. It's not necessarily losing strength here, to be honest. Of course, what we do still see here, just like we had yesterday around here, we were forming this lower high trajectory, right? So right now we're doing the same, lower high, lower high, lower high. So as soon as we do close, like let's say a 1 hour candle like this here, I think we're going to see similar price action and similar volatility towards the upside like we saw yesterday around here. So that's going to be very excited what it is going to be doing here. That's going to be very exciting. Okay, check out Mana Hero. Of course, I can check out Hero. I mean, people are very excited about Meta Hero, of course. People are very excited about this token because, yeah, Metaverse, of course, the hype around the Metaverse is pretty crazy, of course, right now. I should say to you guys out there that you should want to be, of course, a little bit more cautious with this, the Metaverse tokens. Reason why I'm saying so is because I think Metaverse tokens are maybe a little bit overhyped right now currently. And I'm saying so because, yeah, I personally do think, oh wait, the sign of the was a little bit high, but yeah, I do think Metaverse tokens are a little bit overhyped maybe right now. And I will be as well looking through your request here, Dark Aura. But Metaverse tokens are maybe a little bit overhyped right now, what is maybe show you not the best buying opportunity right here on the current time of recording. What I will be saying as well for Meta Hero, I do not think it's a good risk to reward buy, because you're taking a particularly big risk here. Oh, Mos Vienna has become a member. Mos Vienna was already a member, but you're saying smash the like, of course. That's of course lovely to know here. So Mos Vienna, thank you so much for your very good saying here in the chat. So guys, don't forget to smash up that like button. Will be truly appreciate if you're going to smash up that like button right now here. And of course, hopefully you're going to be enjoying it. Hopefully you're going to be a member for 2 months already, guys. That's pretty crazy. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, of course. But yeah, make sure to smash up the like button. Indeed, make sure to follow the thoughts of Mos Vienna, as we're currently having 776 likes here on the stream, views on the stream, but yeah, only 445 likes here. So guys, make sure to slap up that like button right now here. We'll be truly appreciated. We're going to slap it up right here. We'll be truly cool if we do get that one, of course. But yeah, what we're seeing with Meta here is I think that Metaverse tokens are pretty overhyped right now. Of course, yesterday, because maybe I think Mark Zuckerberg said yesterday something about Metaverse, but yeah, I think that the space is going to be taking quite a long time till we're going to be really settling it in. I think, yeah, all these coins are exploding. I mean, for me, it's not worth the risk to be buying at such a high pace, this token, but for sure, it's already trading on 1.1 billion. So, pretty interesting where it could be heading towards from now on. I do think it's a little bit overhyped, but yeah, everyone has their own opinion about that. The Percy, if I look towards this market, is losing massive amounts of valuation. Let me see. Let me see. What we are having over here is of course a lower high getting from the RSI, higher highs on the hero. Higher highs on the price action. So indeed, we are forming right now a particular big momentum loss here on the 4-hourly candles. So we're forming, of course, higher highs in the price action, lower highs here on the RSI, and that's currently making the market lose a little bit of its momentum over here. So pretty interesting about what we do have over here. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to be having, of course. Hopefully, we're going to see a further continuation towards the upside getting generated from this point. So I'm very curious about what we do see over here. So hopefully we're going to see the market continuously growing from up this point. I'm definitely looking forward towards it. But yeah, of course, since we are seeing a big momentum shift on the market right now here, this could be leading towards a massive continuation down here. Take that in consideration of the daily time frame. We're not losing momentum. 1 hour candles, we are losing momentum, and what we can basically see is that in a parabolic run-up, you do not want to be seeing these consolidation phases. And of course, first of all, we were sending exponential highs, right? Like you can see over here. Right now, we're not forming exponential highs. We're forming diminishing highs. So it looks to be that this is a parabolic top structure. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards what we're going to be having here. Rover channels pumping. Yeah, I will be making but it has to be special as well here. Okay. I take it into consideration, bro. But guys, by the way, I do see you guys are absolutely slapping up the like button and subscribe button, guys. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to do so right now. It will be truly appreciated. It will be truly appreciated if you're going to slap up the subscribe button right now here. But yeah, indeed, I do think right now Meta Hero is a little bit overhyped. I think Metaverse tokens are a little bit overhyped. And if you're going to chase the hype run-ups, you're going to not make money. Just like with Nana, just like with Sand, of course. And there are not bad projects, I'm not saying so. But I think that you don't chase the hype. You don't chase the hype. That's not how you make money. If people think they make money to chase the hype run-ups, but if you want to make money, you want to be front-running the hype run-ups, and that's not what you're doing if you're going to be buying into Meta Hero right now. So together with the Bearish Divergence right now creating here, I do think it's a little bit irresponsible to be buying into towards the stock. But Dark Aurora is as well saying here in the chat here. Let me see real quickly what he's saying. Ever heard about XEP, forked from ECA Electra, if you don't mind taking a look here? No, I've never heard about it, but right now we are going to be looking in towards this token. XAP, what is it exactly all about? Electra Protocol. Pretty low market cap. I mean, you guys are really coming with these low market cap coins here, of course, so that's pretty interesting what we do have over here. So we trading on P800 here. Pretty low place in terms of market capitalization, of course, where it's trading on. Of course, we right now have 15,000 cryptos. I remember the time that we smashed through the 3,000 in 2017, it was, I think. So yeah, of course, there are quite a lot of cryptos around the corner right now. This one is trading on P800. What is, of course, pretty cool. Built on the Binance Smart Chain, of course. What is it all about here? Forked from ECA Electra. It's forked from Electra. And Electra is, of course, a pretty high, it's also a pretty low market cap coin. So, of course, the volatility in these tokens are pretty weird. The volume, I mean, I'm not going to look at it even darker. The volume is 45,000 US dollars. I mean, this volume is ridiculously low. This is a very low volume that I should not look at. This is just a coin that's basically dead here, in my opinion, if I look towards that token. But yeah, I can see if I have maybe a chart for you. Yeah, it's on Bitfinex, but I mean, yeah, it's such low volume. It's not a very popular project. I should be very careful with these low volume projects. Losing as well a lot of its valuation in the price section. Like you can see, if you buy into the token, you lost 61% here, so it's pretty crazy. Of course, you could have gained 700%, but yeah, very low market cap, very low volume. I should be very careful with these kinds of projects. So yeah, I can take a look in towards it, but of course, once I'm going to take a look at certain coins here, maybe I could be pumping them up. So we'll be very careful with that. So yeah, I mean, it's right now maybe forming some kind of a bull flag scenario over here. It's forming some kind of a bull flag. This could be leading towards a continuation up here once again if we're going to be seeing a breakout through the top side of resistance. But for me, what I just saw in the market here is that this coin has so low volumes. Once the coin has only a 40k volume, almost 50k, of course, almost 50k volume a day, it's not a lot here. So for me, for me, I should stay away from this token here. Too low of a volume, too big of a risk for me right now. Too big of a risk. Thanks, I got it for free. Oh, that could be possible. But yeah, I should be very careful with the low volume coins here, of course, on the market. But yeah, guys, we're right now 22 minutes away before the 1 hour candle close. And what we do now here is that the next 1 hour candle close is going to be once again the 11 o'clock candle. Of course, 4 out of the 5 candles a week, we do tend to see the 11 o'clock candle being green here. So hopefully we could be seeing it once again here. The chances respectively pretty high since yesterday it was red here. So let's see what we're going to be having here. Is the 11 o'clock candle going to be green again? Will be truly amazing if we do get this over here. I'm sure Meta is going to be a good long-term investment. I personally have never said Meta is a bad long-term investment. But if we're talking about Metaverse tokens and long-term investment, you should be as well, see it yourself, and Metaverse is going to be maybe a 10-year investment, because Metaverse is not going to be here in 5 years. I can tell you already. The Metaverse, to develop this space, they have said it themselves as well, it's going to take at least another 10 years from now on. It's such a big of a technology. Yeah, it's a very big innovation, and they are starting with it, but it's such a big of a job. for the programmers, and it's not going to be here in not going to be here in a year, not going to be here in 2 years. So if you're going to be buying into metaverse projects, yeah, you're buying indeed for a very long-term investment in towards them. So don't expect that you're going to become a millionaire overnight. Don't expect that you're going to become a millionaire with those tokens in a year from now on, but maybe in 10 years or 5 years from now on, yeah, you could be for sure do so. So that's my real opinion about metaverse. I do think there are going to be better investments in the coming days ahead of ourselves here, because that's going to be very likely to expect that, to see that, of course, in my opinion. Are metaverse tokens overhyped? In my opinion, yes, currently they are overhyped. There could be, of course, another hype phase coming towards metaverse tokens later this year. And that could be for sure playing out here. So I'm looking forward towards it, and I don't know why my camera is still... It's so weird. And sometimes if I stand still, it just does normal again. Metaverse tokens are a little bit overhyped in my opinion right now here, so we're going to take a clear look at that. So we'll be quickly deactivating my camera to see if it's working again afterwards. But no, it doesn't work. I don't know how to fix it. Everything is working so good, but only my camera isn't. So yeah. Very excited what we are currently seeing, but I personally think that metaverse tokens are a little bit overhyped here, and I think that yeah, buying into metaverse tokens is definitely making a big of a risk here right now on the market here. So that's what I do think personally about it here. Let me see, Rover, check the weekly MACD here on Bitcoin. For sure, let me check over the weekly MACD on Bitcoin. Let me go over the weekly chart here for Bitcoin, and let me enable the MACD. And this is indeed about to have a bearish crossover, of course. But what a lot of people don't understand about the MACD here is like these crossovers not necessarily mean a lot here. This crossover basically means that you're going to be in a more of a red period. But of course, if you're going to go in such kind of a red period, just like you had over here, like you had the crossover here in this major drop, usually you're going to get the crossover for these Bitcoin corrections on the MACD, the weekly time frame, once the drop-off is already done here. Just like last time around here, you got the crossover over here, right? And then, of course, you're forming a higher low in the market, and you formed the bullish divergence on the MACD. So eventually, this could be having a more positive effect. But indeed, we're right now about to see a bearish crossover on the MACD getting started. And of course, we could be still deny this bearish crossover here on the weekly time frame on the MACD if Bitcoin right now starts to be pushing up towards the upside. So we still got another 3 days here in the weekly candle, but if Bitcoin is going to be pushing up here, because yeah, it's not officially closed yet here, we're going to see a way more significant push up towards the upside. So of course, if Bitcoin then is going to close this weekly candle in towards the red, more significantly in the red here, this could be leading towards the MACD on the weekly time frame as well, even falling up further on. But yeah, indeed, this is important to take our eyes out wide open on. We could be seeing a major bearish crossover on the MACD getting started, what could be resulting in a massive correction on the market, of course. So last time we got it here in May, if I say it correctly, in April. Of course, this was the effect. This was the day that we got it over here. So let me put up a vertical line over here. So last time we got the bearish crossover, it wasn't this candle over here, and of course we came all the way down here towards the low on 30k here. So are we going to see the same thing here? We're going to see another bearish crossover on the market, maybe next week around here. Then we're going to see another significant correction on the market. That's going to be quite exciting if we could be getting that. But of course, yeah, it will be having a little bit more of a bearish effect here. So let's see how it's going to be playing out here. Of course, last time we did get a bullish crossover on the market on the MACD. This was over here, and we of course flipped, of course, extremely bullish afterwards. But usually you get the bullish and bearish crossovers lagging, and you do definitely on the weekly time frame on Bitcoin, you tend to see a bearish crossover on the MACD once the downtrend is already there, and you tend to get a bullish crossover on the MACD once the uptrend is already, of course, started. So that's very important to know here. So that, yeah, take that as well in consideration right now on this market. So yeah, pretty interesting that we do have over here. I just disabled focus. Maybe it will be helping right now. I just disabled the function on my camera, focus. So I think right now it should be good with the camera, by the way. So real quick to check that out here. Hopefully we're not going to have it anymore. I just disabled because I was just looking in the settings, and I saw there was a setting that's called focus, and I disabled it. So let's see how it's going to be going right now. But yeah, indeed, weekly time frame important to look at right now for Bitcoin, to already determine what we're going to have for that. Of course, maybe if we're going to as well look at the bigger scale here on the weekly time frame, you can as well see that the upper support line that we could create here on the RSI got broken. So it's of course a little bit more unfortunate to see, to be honest. But yeah, what is as well very important to look at is that, I mean, as I yesterday had like a discussion with my the developer of the indicator that we want to be building, right? So we had a discussion. And I think there's a very, very interesting thing, but as well will be a part of the indicator, guys, and it will be quickly spoil a little bit something. So if we're forming a bearish or bullish divergence on the market, once the market is overbought or oversold, it tends to be way stronger. That's what we find out, of course, if we're looking back to the data. So that is, of course, as well a thing that I know. So what you can see over here we've Bitcoin formed, of course, a bearish divergence. Well, the market was overbought, right? Because you can see market was overbought on the RSI, formed the bearish divergence, came down massively. If we're looking back towards a bullish or bearish divergence getting formed, once the market is overbought here, so here, market is oversold, formed the bullish divergence, market came up quickly. And let me search for another detail where the market was overbought or oversold here. Here, the market was overbought, like you can see over here, formed the bearish divergence. This was, of course, a signal down here. And, of course, every single time once the market is overbought or oversold and forms a bearish divergence, it tends to be way stronger. Over here as well, market oversold, forms a bullish divergence, market comes up quickly. So you can see these signals that we get in the market are extremely strong here, right? So this is going to be as well in our indicator a special option where you can see, of course, it will be showing you the strength of the divergence. Basically, it will show you the strength of a divergence on how strong it's going to be playing out and how strong of a continuation is most likely going to have here. And of course, the stronger, let's say we're forming a bearish divergence, markets are overbought, we usually get a way stronger bearish divergence. If the market is forming a bullish divergence, once it's already oversold, it usually shows you a stronger bullish divergence. And of course, that is as well a thing that the indicator will tell you. The rover trends V1 will be showing you guys as well that exact thing here. And hopefully you guys are going to be enjoying that indicator. So it's definitely very interesting what we do see over there. And of course, if a market is overbought or oversold and then forms a divergence, it usually shows extra strength towards the divergence. So hopefully you guys are going to enjoy that, of course. And of course, like everyone, if you don't know it already, bro, everyone's saying ADA. What's going on to ADA? ADA to the moon. Not a lot is happening, to be honest. But indeed, Cardano is indeed shooting up here. 2% on this 1 hour candle. So out of nowhere, Cardano tends to shoot up here. And it is currently doing so. Our ADA is up 2%. Everyone is saying it in the chat, guys. So pretty crazy here. Check ADA 1 minute here. Is it literally a 1 minute buy order? Oh man, it's not a 1 minute buy order, but indeed it shoot up pretty quickly here. Shoot up already 3% in 9 minutes time here. So guys, make sure to keep your eyes wide open on Cardano right now here, because it's absolutely surging towards the upside here. $1.59 right now. So indeed it is shooting up here. Everyone is saying it in chat here. Please check Cardano Rover, but probably is a little bit of a delay here. We already are checking Cardano, of course. So Cardano is moving up like crazy. Everyone is saying it in the chat right now. Cardano is skyrocketing. How much will the indicator cost? 0. It will be 0. Indicator, you know what the indicator will cost here? It will cost you a few seconds of your time to smash up that like button. That's what it will cost here. So guys, don't forget to smash up the like button if you do look forward towards the indicator that we are going to be bringing out here in the market. So I was looking forward to. I'm looking forward towards it. I'm looking forward towards it for sure. 88 DEX launch 5th of December. Oh, what? It's an 88 DEX. Let me quickly see. I'm searching up on the second screen. 88 DEX launch. Is there a DEX for? Is going to get launched? Is Sunday Swap going to be getting launched here? Cardano based testnet. DEX. Oh, what? I see it here. So Cardano. Sunday Swap, the exchange Sunday Swap is confirmed, and it will be probably getting the first test network for Cardano will be getting listed on the 5th of December. So let me go to the Twitter page. Let me quickly see this with you guys out there at the same time, of course. So what we can see over here, the reason why Cardano is moving up here is that Sunday Swap is, of course, going to get live on the 5th of December, if I say correctly. So today they did a post here. Oh no, this is already a while ago here, but let me go to the Twitter page. Let me see what they're seeing here, what they're tweeting about. But yeah, basically I saw an article just a moment ago, and let me see if they're saying anything here. They're not saying anything here, but basically Sunday Swap, so the DEX of Cardano is going to get listed. The DEX of Cardano is going to get listed. It's going to get launched here. Of course, the test network is going to get launched in 3 days from now on. Cardano DEX launch. Now I'm quickly searching up some extra information here, guys. The hype grows. Indeed, the hype indeed is growing once again. So Sunday Swap is indeed something that is going to come out here anytime soon here, and of course it's going to be the DEX for the Cardano network. I'm looking forward towards it. What they're going to do, of course, you can see over here, Sunday Swap is basically a decentralized trading protocol in Cardano, so basically a DEX, because the DEX is a decentralized exchange. So it's going to be very exciting what we're going to be having here. So the first DEX launch on on the Cardano network is going to be quite exciting. Of course, if you press enter, app is of course still unaware here, but of course this is on the 7th of November, so this is a while ago that they did the last update, of course, on this. But yeah, indeed, it's going to become very, very excited about Sunday Swap, what we are going to be having for it. Sunday Swap is definitely going to be bringing a lot of hype towards Cardano, and personally think Cardano is definitely going to see a further continuation up from here on. Cardano DEX around Christmas. Yeah, the test network for the Cardano desk is going to come out in 3 days from now, and it just read. And so on the 5th of December, it's going to be a test net for the Cardano network. The DEX then at least. So that's going to be quite exciting what we're going to get for Cardano at that point. But of course afterwards we could be seeing of course around Christmas around Christmas it will be officially come out here. So yeah, pretty exciting what we do have right now for Sunday Swap here. What's going to come out, the DEX for the Cardano network is going to be of course quite big. It's going to be quite big here, and I definitely can't wait to see what we're going to have from up this point here, because yeah, it could be for sure help us out massively. It could be for sure help us out massively for Cardano. So I'm looking forward towards it. Crypto Band just pumped it up 5 minutes ago. I don't think that Cardano can be getting pumped by such kind of by influencers. I don't really think that can be happening, because it's a 51 billion project. So that's of course a thing that you have to know here. But yeah, maybe they did pump it up here. Maybe they did a very big buy order here, just a market order, of course. But yeah, pretty crazy. Everyone's saying it in the chat here. Cardano is pumped up by Crypto Band. I mean, yeah, wait, maybe it is pumped up by them, but it's pretty cool if they did so. But of course, what we do know, of course, eventually is that the DEX is going to get launched here for Cardano. What is going to be having a wider positive effect on the market, and I personally do really think that Cardano is going to be a strong token to be hodling, especially the projects that are going to get listed on over here are going to be very exciting here. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards it. I definitely can't wait to see what's going to be playing out over here, and hopefully we could be seeing a further continuation towards the upside from this point here. Time to invest some good money in towards Cardano. Of course, everyone has their own opinion about it. Personally, I do not think that Cardano is a bad time to be investing. I can't give you any financial advice there, but personally, yeah, I would say to you guys out there, Cardano is definitely a good risk to reward buy right now here, in my opinion at least. So looking particularly good here. Cardano is pumping. We did check it, guys. Cardano is indeed was pumping. Okay, check VeChain, of course. Let me go over VeChain. VeChain, of course, still trading on this significant level over here. You can clearly see $11.16 right, yeah, $11.01 here right now. Downside resistance line is that we are right now forming here, so I'm looking forward towards, of course, that we're going to be breaking this top side of resistance once again here. We came below it again, so Cardano could be maybe still in this very significant downward trend over here. So yeah, let's see how it's going to be playing out from up this point here. But yeah, still Cardano is right now trading on the lower side of support. Hopefully look forward towards where we are heading towards right now here. You can clearly see lower side of support is the level that we right now have to be holding on towards. Of course, the daily support range is going to be this range over here around the 10.5 cents here. But of course, this level is a level that I do want to be seeing getting holding on. If we're going to fail to hold on towards this 10.5 cents here, it's going to be very, very bad for Cardano. Of course, this green line could be as well still a level that we can, sorry, I say Cardano, I mean VeChain, of course, but yeah, this green upper slope support line is still going to be a very strong accumulation range here. Of course, I'm looking forward towards this level getting supported by VeChain right now, but every single time we do test this level, we tend to test it only for 1 day, and we right away shoot up massively. So let's see what's going to be playing out here. Last time around, we of course surged up towards the upside, and of course we had an approximately surge of, let me see, 190%. Last time we touched it, it was 130%. So if we're going to believe it, it's going to be diminishing highs, and it's going to be maybe 100% approximately gain from that point. So yeah, looking forward towards the support line getting tested. This will be a very good risk to reward buy right now on VeChain. And of course, it's going to be very excited. It's going to be very, very excited about VeChain is going to be doing here in the coming hours here. Never lost trust in Cardano. I mean, I never lost trust myself in Cardano as well here. I think Cardano is a very good buy here. And Cardano is definitely worth the risk to be accumulating it right now here. So I'm looking forward towards it. Let me see. Do you like Harmony 1? For sure, I do like it. I do like it a lot. How long can Bitcoin continue to spend it before it needs to make a decision upside or downside? That really depends. It really depends. I mean, Bitcoin is most likely, the whole point here is that the Bitcoin doesn't always tend to consolidate for such a long period, right? So it's been consolidating for 3 days right here. Personally, I do think it's going to be seeing a breakout before the end of this line over here. So I do think that we're going to see a breakout within the coming day in the 11 hours. But how long can it take? It can take forever. It can literally take forever. But of course, we do know it's not going to be likely to see Bitcoin consolidating this between this range here, this 4.5, this 5% range basically towards the upside and downside. For the remaining of the year or so, you know, that's not going to be most likely happening. So what we do expect here is that, yeah, we're just going to be keeping our eyes wide open. Lower side getting broken is going to be bearish. Of course, we do still have a CME gap below us, like you can see over here. The CME gap could still get filled here before then potentially create a massive leg up here once again, because yeah, in 5 minutes from now we're going to close the 1 hour candle. And of course, what could be still playing out here is that this 1 hour candle is going to close over here, and it's going to be, of course, create a big wick on the lower side for the next one, then shoot up once again back towards the upside, fill the CME gap, and then continue its way up here. So I'm very curious about it. I would love to see the CME gap getting filled right now here. Will be definitely show us a lot of volatility. People will be probably shit their pants once again here, because it's going to be quite exciting. Give me a real quick second here. So yeah, it's going to be quite exciting about what is going to be playing out here for Bitcoin right here. So yeah, definitely this break of this green box is going to be having a very bearish effect on this market, for the imminent short term at least. So we're going to look forward towards guys. By the way, don't forget to slap up the subscribe button right now here. We're already smashed it up to 662, of course, right now. Our goal for today is going to be snapping it up towards 70.7k subscribers. So if you haven't already smashed up the subscribe button, guys, don't forget to do so right now. We'll be truly appreciated if you guys out there are right now going to be smashing up the subscribe button if you haven't already. And of course, let's go for right away further in towards the content. But let's go for the 70.7k today. We're moving closer towards that 100k target every single day, of course. So I'm looking forward towards what we're going to be creating here on the market right now. Let me see what we're going to have here, of course. So I'm looking forward towards it. Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. Very exciting. So set guy Rover no TA in Harmony 1. I will be going over Harmony 1 right now. Oh, that's very sad for you, man. Okay, so let me go for Harmony 1. Of course, I do like the project myself here. I do think that Harmony 1 is not bad buy at all here, to be very honest. Harmony 1, what are we seeing over here? Harmony 1 is looking particularly good here. Of course, what we can see in Harmony 1, it's forming a major downward slope resistance line from the highs here. Currently, Harmony 1 is forming another bottoming. I mean, it moved up pretty quickly, first of all. It moved up in a pretty, yeah, once again, exponential rally towards the upside. The first exponential rally here in March, second exponential rally, it took us a little bit longer towards October. Right now, we're cooling off here. We're finally, oh, not finally, yeah, we are starting to form a lower high from the highs, of course, like you can clearly see. Lower high getting formed there. If we're going to look at some very strong levels of support and resistance, yeah, we could be looking for a very strong range over here. Previous resistance flipped into support over here. A retracement back towards the lower side here is, of course, going to be quite exciting here. That's going to be meaning that we're going to come back towards the 21.6 cents here, basically, in the market. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be having from off that point, of course. But I'm looking forward towards, yeah, seeing Harmony 1 going back towards that level here, because if we're going to go back towards this range, it will be allowing us to achieve, accumulate some Harmony 1s at a more fair price, basically. As well, this level comes together with the previous autumn high on the market. So I'm definitely personally looking forward towards what we're going to get over here. So Mr. Mogul, once again, donate to the channel. You're saying, please check Rune, debating setting now or putting take profit. I'm up 20k so far. So Mr. Mogul, I will be checking Rune after I checked up on Harmony 1, of course. So thank you for supporting the nation once again, and thank you for making some good music here once again here, because if you donate to the channel, we get some very good music here on the channel, of course. So let me see what we do have over here. Of course, Harmony 1 forming a downward slope resistance line, first of all. Downward slope resistance line from the highs getting formed. This, of course, could be providing a lot of rejections along the way here as well. Higher low structure was getting formed here. Right now got broken here, so we could be maybe approaching a little bit differently, but that doesn't, clearly shows us where the bottom right now is here, so that's pretty unfortunate to see. So we could be maybe approach Harmony 1 right now as a parallel channel towards the downside, like you can see over here. So top side from providing resistance, lower side providing support. So it's going to be quite an interesting journey on how it's going to be playing out right now here, but it looks to be that we're maybe forming a major parallel channel, or you could be approaching like a major bull flag. So major significant leg up here, then a lot of consolidation, lower side, top side. Of course, lower side is your accumulation range, top side is your sell range. Of course, as soon as we do break the top side, it's going to be going exponential as soon as we do break the lower side. And of course, the horizontal line over here, we're going to go for a more significant plunge down here. But of course, that's not necessarily what I do expect right now here. The green box is going to be a major strong accumulation range in my opinion, because this is a previous autumn high range. What usually is going to be flipping into a very strong support level, what I can tell you already and what I can spoil you, because yeah, this level is not going to be a level that we're easily going to be falling below, of course. So yeah, looking forward towards what we could be having from this point. But Harmony 1 is basically forming a major bull flag, what could be leading towards a massive continuation towards the upside. But let me real quickly look in towards Rune here, of course. So Rune, you're saying, please check Rune. I'm up 20k so far. So of course, we did warn you that it could be, of course, a minor movement further on from off this point. So yeah, you're up pretty well here right now, Mr. McGoal. But yeah, indeed, we're running in towards a very low time frame resistance, right? So of course, once we're talking about very low time frame, you can clearly see this is of course a level that provides us resistance several times. So I'm looking forward towards how this level is going to be getting broken. And oh, I selected the wrong tool. Can you please check sand after? I will be going over sand afterwards. So thank you so much for supporting the nation. But yeah, you can clearly see range high getting over, providing resistance. By the way, we closed the 1 hour candle as well on Bitcoin, by the way, guys. So we're going to go in the 11 a.m. candle. So I'm very curious about how it's going to be playing out here. We'll be keeping my eyes wide open on Bitcoin, of course, guys, because Bitcoin is going to be for sure always the main indicator of the market. So yeah, Rune is moving up already. What is your take profit? It's going to be always going to be down to you here. But personally, if we're going to look at the name in the short term, take profit around this range, it's going to be the range high over here. So Bitcoin is dropping off on this 1 hour candle. Rune is still doing a good job. So this, of course, respectively being a little bit more bullish. You could be looking as well with this resistance box on the top side. You can clearly see this level providing resistance several times and support. So $11 and 12 cents is going to be most likely your take profit target. Of course, if we're going to be breaking that level, it's going to be the $11.50 here, of course, like I already warned you guys about here. But yeah, if Bitcoin is really going to go for a plunge down and going to fill up the CME gap, it's going to be Rune that's going to be having a blob party. So take your eyes out on Bitcoin right now. That's what I should suggest right now doing so, because yeah, it could become a bloodbath if Bitcoin is right now going to fill up its CME gap for Rune, right? So sometimes it's better to look at your profits. I think it's pretty high risk right now to trade Rune here, like I warned you guys already earlier today about. So I'm pretty curious about how it's going to be playing out right now here. So let me real quickly go right away as well towards Sand here. Let's see what Sandbox is doing. Of course, I mean, I've been warning everyone about Sandbox here. I mean, I love the project. I love Sandbox. I love it. I literally, guys, out of my heart, I love Sandbox. I love the project. I think it's a good project what they're doing, but it was overhyped. And I said that several times. And you know what I as well said? I said to everyone out there on my channel is that you never chase hype run-ups. Never chase the hype on the cryptocurrency market. So never chase coins like Meta Hero right now. I should not chase them. I should not chase coins like Sand. I should not chase coins like Decentralized, because those coins already absolutely skyrocketed, and you're not going to be buying into a coin that already skyrocketed towards the upside. As well, I said to you guys out there, the 29th of November is most likely going to be the hype top, because what we tend to see is because the 29th of November the game came out, the alpha game from Sandbox. Once we do see these kinds of things here, we tend to see the market decreasing. And of course, we already called that usually the market is going to be peaking out before the launch date here. You can clearly see it peaked out before the launch date. Right now, it's forming, of course, maybe a consolidation pattern from up this range here. So it will be truly cool if we're going to see this consolidation pattern playing out over here. So far, we're forming lower highs, higher lows here. So indeed, we're still consolidating. I still will say to you guys out there, after such a significant rally on Sandbox that we did get created on the market, you're creating right now such a big consolidation pattern. It's most likely going to, maybe see continuation towards the upside, but it definitely is a particularly big risk that we're right now seeing here on the Sandbox market, because you're taking a big risk by buying it towards such a big of a hype run. I should not see $6.20 as a fair price for accumulating this token. But for sure, what we can currently see, we're forming a huge consolidation pattern. We're forming a huge symmetrical triangle. Of course, the symmetrical triangle is a continuation pattern, so it's going to be likely to see a continuation towards the upside. But because we do know that this hype is, of course, particularly high already, the gaming hype is particularly high, I think still, it could be seeing still a break towards the upside. But if we're going to look to the daily time frame, if this market is really going to be breaking up here, first of all, you can see on the daily time frame, we formed a bearish divergence plus a double top, and the market is cooling off its momentum. So if the market is really going to increase from up this point, it's even going to see a further, it's going to be further on see, of course, more bearish divergence on the market. So it's going to be very, 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 very interesting about how it's going to be playing out right now. I do personally see Sandbox being having a lot of struggles if it's going to be breaking towards the upside. I think it's going to be a very high risk buy if you're going to be buying it right now in the around these ranges. I personally would rather look at different projects that have not started to be pumping yet here. So please take that in your consideration, and please take your eyes wide open about what is right now really the good buy here, and is it really worth the risk for accumulating Sandbox around this level here? I personally will say no. Will be saying no over here. So everyone's saying in the chat, Bitcoin dump. There's not really the dump going around here in the past 5 minutes here. So of course, we're going to keep our eyes wide open on Bitcoin right now. It's doing, but so far we're not seeing anything very interesting playing out here on the market. And so far we're not seeing a very significant lag getting created on this market. So Stefan is also saying, please look at DFI. So I've not checked DeFi chain yet here, but whoa! DeFi chain is exploding. So you can clearly see our DeFi chain, smashed up here in approximately 37% in 2 hours. Came down already particularly quickly. So on the 4-hourly candles, you can clearly see it's forming a big wick on the top side. So DeFi chain, of course, forming a particularly big wick on the higher side right now. Here you can clearly see higher low structures getting formed here, higher high. It's basically in the parabolic trend right now here. I don't think this is ending yet here, and I do think the DeFi chain is going to go way further in towards it. It's forming higher highs, higher lows, and more exponential lows right now as well. So it's in the beginning of its parabolic trend here. Is it too late to buy into the token? I don't know yet. I do think it could be seeing more gains here because it's right in the beginning stages of a parabolic run up. It could be easily go further on. It could be easily still do 2 or 3x from here on. So very excited about DeFi chain. I do think that's as well not a bad project at all here. It's pretty low market capitalization coin here. It's only 1.2 billion. Of course, that is nowadays low because it's P200. But pretty crazy what we do see over here on the market. I'm looking forward towards it, and I do think that these kinds of coins, like DeFi chain, a lot of DeFi projects could be the next big hype run up here in December. So I'm looking forward towards it, what they could be doing over here, and I think this coin is the beginning of a parabolic run up, and it could be seeing a way further increase from this point here. So DeFi chain has a lot of potential still, in my opinion, and it could be easily be one of those coins that can still do a 10x or so from here on. So definitely not out of the books here, because if we're going to look at the top 100, you can see to enter the top 100. Yes, you're going to be needing a 1 billion market cap coin. So pretty interesting what you can see over here. But top like the top 20 coins are all already 12 billion. So there's so much money surrounding here in the cryptocurrency space here in terms of altcoins as well. Like top 10 coins are all above the 28 billion, what is of course crazy amounts of money that we're currently seeing in the cryptocurrency space getting eaten up here. So I'm looking forward towards what we could be having over here because we do see a lot of money printing going around here. We do see as well the bigger market caps coming around the corner, of course. So very exciting. What do we have here? What should we buy? Of course, I already today told you guys about certain projects that I'm right now looking forward towards, where I do expect, of course, major price surges that could be happening from. I was very bullish about certain projects right now in the market. I already explained about which one, of course, I do feel very excited about it. They will be doing this talking next. Let me see. The S&P 500 is still down a little bit here. It's recovering, of course, but not so strongly as I would like to see here. Dollar index is down here for the past 3 hours. That's lovely to see, of course. As long as the dollar index keeps going lower, this allows us, of course, for further continuation up in the market. And of course, dollar index is a thing that we would love to see go a little bit lower right now here. I saw the Ethereum yesterday at all-time high, and Bitcoin as well, 59k. I mean, the question is right now, Rob Zombie, you saw it at that level, but when are you going to be buying back? Because if you're going to wait too long, you're going to be buying back higher. So I don't know if you already bought back here, but I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Looking particularly good here. Definitely can't wait to see what we're going to have here on the market. It's going to be very exciting. Yeah, indeed. And of course, I did already talk about my favorite projects that I'm currently aiming for. And of course, early today in the stream, I did talk to you guys about Morpheus Network, right? So it's one of those extremely exciting projects that we right now should be looking at. And of course, it's one of those like you go to a beach and you find a map and you find that red cross on the map here. And this is the red cross that you find over here. This is the hidden gem on the market. $3.26 here. I've been explaining it. We've been very bullish on VeChain, but this is the new VeChain. This is the underlying VeChain. Of course, supply chain blockchains, bringing blockchains to real world use cases is extremely valuable. And I've been explaining already. If you want to be seeing more in-depth thoughts about Morpheus Network, please go in the link in the description. Please go and just look up a little bit here about what we currently have already said about it here, of course, in the beginning of the video. So it's very excited about what we do have here right now for Morpheus Network. So go back a little bit back into the stream if you do want to be seeing our exact thoughts about it. But we do see a lot of potential gains around the corner for this project over here. Of course, as well, particularly not extremely low market cap. It's 1 out of 50 million, and it's definitely one of these hidden gems. We can still easily do a 10x here. Where 10x, 100x, I mean. So VGen is going to go to most likely do 10x, but Morpheus Network could do a 100x. That's the whole point and the whole difference between these two projects right here. For sure. Have been already talking about it here. Yeah, it's very exciting. Come on, open to slow. I mean, Bitcoin is indeed not showing a lot of volatility right now on the market, but I'm looking forward towards it. Check out Energy Web Token, EWT. I mean, I don't know what this coin is. Is this it? EWT? Energy Web Token, yeah, this is it. So, I mean, this coin shoot up just a moment ago. So let's see what it is. It shoot up 20% here, past 10 hours here. I mean, I don't know exactly what the project is doing here. Looks to be very low market capitalization coin here. You can clearly see downward resistance line got broken. Right now we're seeing a continuation towards the upside getting formed here. This is of course formed a massive consolidation pattern here. This massive consolidation pattern they clearly broke out towards the upside. And we saw a very significant volatility getting created as well towards higher ranges. So yeah, we do see that the Energy Web Token indeed is continuing its way up here. Right now it did clearly broke out of the downward sloping spiral and of the symmetrical triangle continuation pattern. So it's having a very positive effect on the market, and is looking particularly good here. As well, question that we're getting here right in the market, right now as well, question that we do get here in the chat here is can Ethereum go back towards 4K? Everything can happen. I mean, everything can happen. Bitcoin can run a flash crash all the way back down to 20k. Can always happen. But is it likely is the question that you should ask me. No, it's not likely, because then we're going to be breaking this very critical upper sloping support line, what I don't see getting broken. So no, I don't see Ethereum going back to 4k. The worst case scenario right now is going to be 4200 approximately on this higher low trajectory, and of course 4k is going to be the previous high over here, what's most likely going to be providing the strongest support ever. So Tim Tyranny is as well saying, check Eternal Token, please. So, Eternal Token, I don't know exactly what this token is all about, but I mean, I can see already, it is only on Uniswap, so it can only compare to Rep Ether, what I'm not going to do, because that chart is absolutely upped, you know? So, that's what I do want to be saying about that chart over here. So, I mean, Eternal Token, I don't know exactly what it is. It's even not. Oh, it is here on coin market cap. It's extremely low market cap. It's not even out yet, so I'm not going to check it right here because I'm not going to be talking about projects that are not out yet. So excuse me. I would like to talk about it, but I can't discuss everything here because some very low projects people always want me to discuss here could be, of course, just promotions, and I don't do that. Of course, I'm not just going to look at every single low market capitalization coin. So no, I'm sorry, I can't look at it right now here. So especially because it's not launched here, and since it's not out here on TradingView, I can't look at it. Medic G, what are you saying, man? What are you saying? Let me see what the chat is saying right now. 88 finally moving. Cardano is indeed finally moving again back towards the upside. Since we broke the downtrend, of course. Cardano starts to finally moving back up here, $1.58 right now. So that's indeed very lovely to see here. So far, Bitcoin is not doing anything special. Bitcoin is once again just being as boring like it was yesterday in the afternoon, of course. But of course, oh, sorry, in the afternoon we started to be pumping, but in the morning. So let's see what we're going to have here for Bitcoin. Hopefully, we could be seeing the volatility finally turn up, of course. Sorry, it's called Crypto Mines, and the token is Eternal. It's an old token. It's called Crypto Mines. Okay, that's differently. No problem. Indeed, I see it. Crypto Mines. Oh, but this is still a very low market cap coin. It's not even official market cap because it's self-reported supply. So the supply is not officially out. So that's of course. No, it's not verified market cap, so that's of course not a thing that we should look at. Today it's down 60%. It is absolutely a pump and dump coin. That's what I see over here. So I should not buy into these projects. It looks to be pump and dumping. I mean, look at this. It's just crashed so hard. The volume is pretty high. It's like got like 500,000 US dollars of volume. But yeah, this is just a pump and dump, man. I mean, This is just shit. You got wrecked if you bought into it, because yeah, there was just some big whales that dropped on you, and those big whales that dropped on you, they screwed you over. So should be careful with these projects, but crypto mines look to be a very bad investment in my opinion. And yeah, you can only compare it to Wrapped Ether, so I can't really do my analysis on it. So I'm sorry, bro, I can't really look in towards it because it's not here on TradingView. And if I look to this chart over here, it just looked like a rug pull that you got screwed. Just like, it really reminds me like tokens of how was it also called? I forgot. What was token? It was like that. Oh yeah, Squid Game token. Squid Game token. I mean, this one is this the scam coin? Yeah, this is scam coin. Look at this. You got wrecked. You got wrecked if you bought into our coin. Of course, the market cap is not even in the allowed to. Well, guys, there's so many super chats flowing into our channel. But let me first go over it. Hey, Rover, okay, please, what do you think about Mover? Let me quickly check out Mover. Moon River, of course. Moon River is this polka dot token here. Pretty good. I think it's a good project here. I think it's not bad buy here. The polka dot is down a little bit here. Moon River as well, a little bit down here. Could be looking at the support line from the lows over here. Of course, we do have to be seeing the bounce from this level right now on this current time of recording. Because, yeah, what we can currently see here is that we are forming an upper slope support line, downward slope resist line from the highs. And I would like to see, of course, this horizontal level holding up here for Moon River. I would like to see this level, of course, on the market holding up here. As long as we're not going to do so, we're going to see a continuation down here for Moon River. But so far, yeah, I don't think it's a bad project at all. I think as well, it's just right now having a fair value of accumulating this token right this price here. So I'm looking forward towards it. What we do have over here. So I'm looking good. It's looking good. Moon River, it's forming a beautiful upward sloping support line, and it's definitely providing you a strong range for accumulation. A strong range for accumulation right now here. So in terms of the daily time frames, looking very healthy. It looks like a very fair price that you're right now accumulating. And of course, if we're going to fail to hold on towards range, we're going to see it lower. We're going to see lower targets getting reached. The lower targets will be getting visited. But it's of course not a thing that we're necessarily anticipating right now. But if it does so, yeah, you maybe should can be in a longer time reaccumulation phase here. So yeah, that's the thing that I should be approaching right now. I should take this well in consideration over here. So yeah, going to be quite exciting as well. Hey Rover, what are your thoughts on the potential head and shoulders playing out on Bitcoin right now? Once we get above playing out on Bitcoin, once it gets to 66k, have a good look at the 4-hourly time frame. Of course, we did discuss the head and shoulders already several times, right? I've been already saying, yeah, we can be looking at a head and shoulders right now on the market. Of course, if you're going to be, let's see, use the head and shoulders pattern, you can clearly see over here. Yeah, you're forming like, well, sorry, I do it incorrectly. So you can clearly see over here, we're forming like the left shoulder, we're forming like the head over here, and we're forming the right shoulder over here. Of course, it's not my most favorite head and shoulders. I think it's a little bit of an ugly head and shoulders. I don't like it, but of course, I mean, I should not really approach it with this kind of an tool, right? I should rather approach like, this is how, and head and shoulders is basically a candlestick formation that shows you the strength is regaining back in towards the market. What is necessary for a head and shoulders is that you're going to be having, let's say, a horizontal line over here. This is going to be the price action. The price is going to come down here. It forms a lower low. It's forming a lower low. Then it bounces back towards the range high, the horizontal neckline in this case. And you come down again and you form a higher low. So it's basically a reversal structure of a higher low getting formed. But in this case, we're not seeing necessarily a clear head. Oh, yeah, we can be looking at a clear neckline over here. And of course, if we're going to be approaching this neckline, we're going to be approaching it from this point. So you can clearly see neckline getting formed here. But basically what we can see here, and it should not necessarily approach like a head and shoulders. We can see indeed the increasing strength on the market, right? So we can clearly see low, lower low in the market, higher low in the market. So indeed, we do see the increasing strength in the market because we're right now forming this higher low over here. And of course, if Bitcoin does clearly break the top side, and if Bitcoin finally can be able to break the neckline, in this case on the market, yes, we are going to see a further continuation up, because this is, of course, what the candlesticks are telling us. We are seeing indeed an increasing strength in momentum, and of course, in an if we're going to see continuation towards the upside, we're as well going to form a higher high in this case. And that's the reason why basically how a head and shoulders is basically formed here. You're forming a high on the market afterwards, and that's basically reversing the trend, because an head and shoulders is basically a trend reversal signal, an inverse head and shoulders in this case. Of course, a regular head and shoulders is obviously the other way around, and that's basically showing you, okay, the candlesticks are losing strength right now because we're forming higher high, but afterwards we're forming a lower high, and we're breaking the neckline because we're testing it several times here, right? In this case, we're testing the neckline as resistance several times, and the more times you're going to knock on a certain door, the more likely it is that you're going to break in as well, with a regular hand and shoulders and inverse hand and shoulders as well. So that's, of course, a very important thing to know here. We retested the neckline several times already, and right now it's going to be very likely that we're going to be breaking it, indeed. And yes, I do think this could be leading for a very significant continuation on the Bitcoin market. You can clearly see over here, we're right now going to be, of course, if we're going to be breaking out of this head and shoulders pattern, we're going to go in for another continuation up here, and we're going to see the targets around to 64.3k getting reached here. So I'm definitely looking forward towards where the market is heading towards from this point here. I definitely do think the market could be seeing a further increase from this point as soon as Bitcoin does break this top side of resistance. Of course, currently I'm still going to be looking at this horizontal ranges for Bitcoin because Bitcoin has been trading in a sideways period, and of course the lower side providing support, top side providing resistance. So it's going to be one of my main scenarios I'm right now going to look at. But of course, as well, what you can see on this market is that Bitcoin has been finding support every single time on this 4-hour support line over here. So yeah, it's looking particularly good over here. It definitely is very excited about what we do see over here on this current time of recording. I'm looking forward towards what we could be heading towards and where we could be standing from this point here. So yeah, I'm looking forward towards where we're heading towards right now, and I definitely can't wait to see what we could be having from this point of recording right now. So yeah, as soon as Bitcoin does see an increase from here on, yeah, we're going to look for further continuation up here. So that's of course for sure a thing that I do expect right now here. So the head and shoulders is indeed a pattern that we could be right now look for. Basically how you could be approaching in a different way. You don't necessarily have to call it on head and shoulders. We do see a momentum shift right now on the market because the market has been trading in a downward trend here for quite a while, right? So we have been trading in the 4 hourly time frames on lower high trajectories together with lower low trajectories. So the market has been basically trading in a downtrend. And of course, since the recent low we have been forming on the market, where we're right now forming it, of course, we have been finally starting to set this higher low. So we have been forming lower lows along the market, and right now we're starting to set a higher low. And it's of course a reversal signal that we can clearly see right now in this market getting formed there. And that's the reason why we do right now as well expect that the market is very close with a reversal, of course, over here. And as well, we do see this diminishing low structure getting formed right now as well. Just like you can see diminishing high structures getting formed there, where the market is most likely going to cool off. You right now see the diminishing low structure getting formed there, and the sell pressure is slowly but steadily cooling off here. So a reversal from this point, not necessarily this point, but the reversal for Bitcoin right now in the coming days ahead of ourselves is going to be extremely likely. While Bitcoin right now is of course even retesting the lower side once again, because yeah, still people will have to stay bearish. They have to stay, a lot of people bearish on the market because not everyone can become crypto rich. And of course, if we're going to real quickly look to the fear and greed index, and let me load it up real quickly on the screen here for you guys out there. We do know there's still quite a lot of fear in the market. We can clearly see 32 in the index. And of course, if we're going to look at a respectively good buy range for Bitcoin, is it a good time to be buying Bitcoin once there's fear in the market? Yes. And you know what's pretty weird? I don't feel any fear at all. I just feel so greedy right now because I tend to become very greedy once others are fearful. And I think that is one of the most best strategies that you can use in the market. It's no rocket science, like I explained several times here. Being profitable in crypto is not all about rocket science. It's not about being very good in trading or whatsoever, being very good at buying whatsoever. Now, if you want to be successful in crypto, if you want to be making a bunch of money in crypto, you have to be able to counter trade your emotions. You have to counter trade these. If there is fear in the market, you buy. That's basically what it is. If you want to be profitable in the cryptocurrency industry, we do know always once the market is in fear, once the market, the cryptocurrency market is in below the 30 on the index, let's say below the 40 index, so basically in fear, we do know that it is not necessarily the bottom is in, but we do know that you're going to be buying for a fair valuation of price of Bitcoin, and that the chances that Bitcoin is going to see a continuation towards the upside in the coming month ahead of yourself is going to be very high, and that you're going to be making very, very good amounts of profits. So yeah, I do think it's a good time to be accumulating Bitcoin. I do think that Bitcoin is going to be very close towards its bottom, and I do think that Bitcoin is going to be creating a very significant leg up here, and I have said it several times before. And of course, some people may say, oh, we're getting back to 50K first. Oh, we're going to go this year. Because you know why? Because they're afraid. They have fear. They sold already. They already panic sold the dip. And right now they want to see the market going lower. But of course, we do know that markets don't always go so as low as you think here usually. Because yeah, the market, maybe you're right now planning to sell your Bitcoin because you're anticipating CME gap getting filled here. There could be, of course, a major shakeout towards the downside before the CME gap is going to get, before we're going to see an increase towards the upside. It's very likely to shake on more leveraged long positions, because last time around where Bitcoin saw a massive bump towards the upside, we saw a massive weakening from the lower side, because we wanted to be shaking out these long positions here on the market, because we want to be shaking out the Bitcoin positions. As soon as we do shake out the Bitcoin positions, yeah, then we could be looking for further increase towards the upside, of course. So it's always a good time to be buying Bitcoin, and especially it's a good time to be buying Bitcoin once the majority of the people is afraid in the market. So that is, of course, a thing that we do know here, and that's, of course, a thing that we do use in our advantage. And of course, what people also don't understand here is that you want to be following the smart money. And of course, if you're going to follow the smart money, you're going to look at what they are doing, of course. So first of all, if we're going to not look at the smart money but just at the network, we do see that the network is still, of course, particularly low here. There's not a lot of FOMO, because you can clearly see the number of new addresses here in the market is not even close towards a new all-time high here. There's not an exponential increasement of retail stepping in towards this market. So we are definitely in very low stages of the market where we're right now trading on. As well, we do know if we're going to look to active addresses, it's definitely not at all-time highs yet, so it definitely shows you as well there's not a retail FOMO in this market right now here. As well, number of transactions particularly low here if you're comparing it towards previous all-time high here. Of course, total transfer volume as well came down massively. We do see the mining difficulty not being at all-time highs yet here, but they are climbing up pretty quickly. And of course, if the mining difficulty is high, it basically means as well the hash rate is high. The left side, you can see the hash rate. And of course, if the hash rate increases, basically means that miners are bullish on Bitcoin, because they're expecting the price will be even continuing further on here. And of course, the hash rate is climbing back massively. It's not in a downtrend at all here. So it's definitely a good time to be accumulating in terms of what the miners do right now expect here. Transaction fees extremely low on Bitcoin, of course. That's very lovely to see here. And of course, the total fees on crypto, total transaction fees, look at how low they are. It's crazy. There's so much improvement in the network for sure. But yeah, what I basically want to be talking about is follow the smart money. And what a lot of people don't understand here is that they can just see what the smart money is doing on these charts here. They can just see what the smart money is doing on these charts. And you want to know what the smart money has been doing here since 2020. They have been accumulating, because yeah, literally what we do see is the balance on exchanges keeps going lower and lower, and that is basically shows you what the smart money is doing. You always say, I want to follow the smart money, but you don't look at it, because you know what's funny, the details, what the wheels and smart money is doing, is literally laying in front of you. Is literally laying in front of you, but so many people are sleeping on it, because balance on exchange is basically reflecting what the big players are doing. It's basically reflecting what the smart money is doing. They are distributing their Bitcoin from exchanges. They are putting it to cold storage wallets, and they're locking it away for the rest of their lifetime, most likely. So just see what smart money is doing, and of course you can just see it in front of your eyes, and you can see there is a trend. There is a massive trend since the pandemic started. We have been only seeing accumulation, no distribution in bigger scales here. So follow what the smart money does is what I would say here, and what I personally do as well here, and that is just stack up on Bitcoin. Never sell. In downtrends you buy. That is what my strategy is. Everyone has their own strategy, but my strategy here is to use as well altcoins to make the most amount of money, to buy the most amount of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to be the asset that is going to be bringing you generational wealth. And of course, that is something that I would like to have. I want to be having generational wealth for the rest of my generations, of course. With my surname, I want them to be very wealthy, of course. So I mean, I'm stacking up on this. I'm very bullish about crypto, and of course, if you're going to be bearish on crypto long term, you're very wrong here. And of course, if you're still asking yourself right now, should I buy Bitcoin? Oh, should I wait? Should I wait? I want to be buying Bitcoin on 55K. I want to be buying on 55K. If you're going to keep waiting, when are you going to be buying? That's going to be the question, because eventually Bitcoin will rise, and the rise of Bitcoin is inevitable. The rise of Bitcoin is inevitable. You know why? Because the financial system is currently literally off. You know, it's absolutely absolutely done right now. I mean, the financial system that we currently are living in, is not going to work, and it's not going to last for any much longer. Of course, we do know that a currency tends to last for 30 years maximum. Of course, if we're looking to the US dollar, it's already lasting for over 60 years, if I say correctly, even longer, I think. So US dollar already too long around, and that's the reason why we're right now seeing hyperinflation. A currency can't be so long around. It's going to become an end towards every currency, and how a currency does come towards its end here is usually because of hyperinflation. And right now they're trying to bring out the maximum. They're trying to take the maximum out of the US dollar, because the US dollar, they want to use it right now to the max here to accumulate all kinds of assets. And you know what? I do think this was going to be the very big flop here, because China is standing away from crypto right now, Bitcoin. I think the US is going to be allowing it and embracing it and using it as a world currency, because if the US dollar can't be the world currency anymore because it's going to have hyperinflation, they want to be having still a certain amount of they want to be having the leverage, right, of having a currency. And they're going to maybe use Bitcoin. That could be for sure possible. Bitcoin could become the world's reserve currency. Of course, where it previously was gold always. It could become Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is accessible to everyone. It's easy to access. And it's definitely the future, because the future is digital. The future is online. The future is not with your paper cash, your physical cash. No, everything is going to go through a card. Everything is going to go through a card or through your phone. Just send it, you're paying with your phone. Nowadays, I do know that probably the 90% of the viewers is paying with his phone through Apple Pay. At least in the Netherlands, I think 60% of the people or whatsoever is paying with their phone. And the future is digital, and you just have to think about those kinds of things. And are you right now still going to wait to buy your Bitcoin for 55K? I mean, it's up to you what you're going to do here. It's up to you. Rover Church, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Distribution is basically that people selling off. That's very simple to explain. Easy crypto dead, crypto easy dip, crypto dead easy. I mean, crypto is never going to die. Crypto is never going to wait. Crypto is never going to be dying. Or they make their own digital currency. But yeah, for sure, if they make their own digital currency, it's only going to be allowing more attention for Bitcoin, right? So that's the point. That's the point. But of course, if you want to be buy something with gold, you have to shift. And I mean, Bitcoin is already the network that is scarce and that's already trusted by a lot of people. That's the point. That's the point. Futures in front of the queue, indeed. Yeah, the future is very bright for us, especially for us in crypto, and for everyone who's right now watching this stream here. For everyone who's watching right now, yeah, your future is very bright in my opinion. Guys, by the way, it would be lovely if you could be smashing up the like button right now here. If you haven't already smashed up the like button, make sure to do so. Go below the video and slap up that like button. Will be very appreciated if you're going to slap it up right now here. By the way, Bitcoin retesting lower side of support right now. It just of course closed the 30-minute candle right here, and it's like flourishing. It's 1 hour candle close right now in the last 30 minutes. So let's see what we're going to be having here. We never recovered from the 2008 crisis. I mean, no, because out of the 2008 crisis, only things came more expensive, and things eventually became only more expensive. And just look at this real quickly. I saw something over here. I posted in my story as well. Let me quickly load it up if it's finally going to be loading up over here. But I saw like the house prices in the US are rising so crazy, right? So I saw this over here. You can see over here. The US home prices is growing like crazy in the past year. And you know why? Because they're printing more money. There's more money in circulation, so your home is getting less worth, right? So it's very likely. In the Netherlands, this struggle has been already around for quite a while. But of course, in the Netherlands, it's a little bit different because it's a small country and everyone wants to live here. And we're taking a lot of people as well into the country, and there is no place anywhere in the country. Our country is very small in the Netherlands, and it's the reason why there's a lot of high prices for houses. But in the US, it's not necessarily a small country. There's a lot of places. Of course, in cities, the price is already rising because also because of inflation, it's going to be just getting more and more worth because it's likely because people are going to invest their stuff that belong to them because that has any worth still left, and that's going to be keep rising with the price. So if you are hiring a house, you're probably getting screwed. If you have a house, if you bought a house, if it's yours, the price of your house is going to increase as well with the price of the dollar, right? So Inflation keeps coming around here, but the US price growth is crazy what they're currently having here. I mean, it's crazy what we do have with the prices and of course with the market. I mean, we're living in such weird times and a lot of people don't understand it yet here. But the time where we right now are living in is crazy what is currently going on. And this year, next year, or the year, not this year, next year, 2022 or 2023 is going to be the year of the bubble that is going to be popping. Either of the US dollar, the bubble is going to pop here, because we do know that they can't run up anymore like this, and you can't deny the fact that there is going to become a massive financial crisis where a lot of people are going to get absolutely screwed over. A lot of people will be getting wrecked here, and of course, I don't like to say this, I don't like it, but this is a fact. I mean, some people say, "Oh, Rover, but you're so negative about these kinds of things here. You're so negative about life." No, I'm not negative. I'm realistic, because if I look ahead of ourselves right now, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be very poor. There are going to be a lot of people that are going to get absolutely screwed over because of what they are doing right now in the world. The financial system is done and dusted, and that's the reason why I at least are invested in crypto, in Bitcoin. I'm invested in Bitcoin to secure my life savings. I don't want to be saving my money on the bank. I don't have a freaking dollar on my bank account. I literally have nothing. I do got something to still pay some bills I have to pay, of course, but it's literally compared to my portfolio. I'm all in on crypto. Of course, if I hold some euros, it's in stables, you know, or dollars. I hold it in stables, but not a lot. I'm fully convinced about the future in it, and I'm fully convinced about the inflation that are going to screw us all over. And so many people still think there's going to become a bear market, and there are going to be people that are going to take profits on crypto, and eventually they're saying, "Oh, this is going to be a bear market." They're going to take profits on crypto, they put it back to their dollars on their account or euros on their account, and they're still going to get screwed. But I bought into Bitcoin to hedge against the inflation. I bought into Bitcoin as a long-term investment. I don't care where it's standing tomorrow. I don't care where it's standing 2 days from now. And no, I do care about where it's standing in 5 years from now and where it will be bringing myself towards 5 years from now on. So that's very important. I'm 39. I've never seen these things crazy in the US, especially politics, which means every single thing becomes a politician. Bunch of nerds. I mean, in the US, it's crazy what is right now currently going on with the probably you see it as well in the grocery store. The prices are rising, and so many people are sleeping on it. And of course, we do finally have the awareness in the world that people are seeing the inflation. I think this year the inflation in the US, correct me if I'm wrong here, is 6.4%. It's the highest inflation rate in the US that we are ever seen here since 1990. That is a crazy amount of inflation. And I'm very scared. And this is, of course, not even realized inflation, because the realized inflation on certain niches like bricks, like wood, like electricity bills, those are, of course, shooting up 80%, or electricity bills in the US shoot up 180%. Once again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do know it is absolutely crazy. So inflation is here, and you can only hedge against it on one way, and it's not by holding the dollar. There will be a digital dollar. I do agree. I think there's going to be for sure a digital dollar, and that's going to be very likely. But of course, if there's going to be a digital dollar, you know how much it's going to be only... I mean, they're already doing it right now. So like, if you go to a bank, they want you to take a loan, because if you take a loan at the bank, they press a button and they print more money with it. And that basically allows the bank to make more money, because you're paying still to them, and they printed money and you're paying money to them. So it's indeed everything. There has to be a good system. There has to be a better system than it is right now, because inflation keeps running for now on if we're going to keep this system. Rover for president, of course. Maybe I have to go for president, guys. That's for sure true. No, I mean, we're indeed a little bit fooled here. Deflation is coming, so keep cash. I mean, there's no deflation going to come here as long as they're printing more than 200% in 200% of the total supply here, 100% of the total supply in just a matter of 14 months here. It's not going to become any deflation, because the realized inflation on the US dollar should be in 2021 120%, or above 100%, but there's only 6.5%. So where is all the other inflation going towards? Certain niches like bricks, like I just told you, like wood, like electricity bills. That's the point. Bitcoin is indeed undervalued. Bitcoin is very undervalued. And of course, the success of Bitcoin is inevitable. The rise of Bitcoin is inevitable. Let me see. Max Kaiser and Peter Schiff even say the real number is 12 to 20%. That's true. I mean, Peter Schiff, I'm never agree with him, but I think that 12 to 20% is still even very low here. I think they realized inflation should be even higher. It should be even higher than 20% because they printed way more money, right? So it doesn't make any sense still. But yeah, Peter Schiff, of course, he likes gold. He does like Bitcoin, but he does see, of course, the inflation, and he does agree with the inflation facts, of course. But of course, yeah, you can either be buying into gold, whereas actually gold is not so scarce as you think. Bitcoin only has 21 million. Gold has inevitably... there's so much gold on the world. There's so much gold on Earth. And how everyone can become a billionaire? If we're going to be able to mine gold from out of space. Because there's so much gold in space that literally makes us all billionaires. I read an article, and I saw that in space, only in around the Earth, right? So if we can get the gold out of the space, because in the space there's a lot of pressure. And this pressure can make very, very rare metals, like gold, etc., So there's so much gold in space that can literally make every person on Earth a billionaire. So much gold is there. And even beyond, of course. So gold is eventually useless. I mean, in 10 years, maybe we're going to be able to do so, because SpaceX is already working on this, of course. Because he is a Bitcoin maximalist, and he wants to get that gold from out of the planet towards the Earth, of course. So eventually, of course, maybe not in 5 years, maybe not in 1 year, maybe not in 2 years, but eventually, gold is not a real scarce asset. As well, in the world, there's so much gold, you don't even know. You know what is gold is... getting manipulated very hard, even harder than Bitcoin currently is here, because there's so much gold in the world, but they're not mining it because they're only going to be mining gold if they do need money. That's the whole point. If the US is in way too big of a debt, they're going to be mining more gold. They sell the gold, they come out of their debt, just like they did in 2008. In 2008, they came out of the financial debt, the financial crisis, because they minted more gold. They mined more gold. So that's, of course, a thing that you should be looking at. Raw materials are moving right now. We do know that silver is particularly moving up quickly. I think silver is not a bad buy here. Let me see what silver is doing right now. Silver, of course, came up. I mean, already beginning of this 2020 right here. I mean, silver came up pretty quickly, right? So like approximately 77% since the pandemic, of course. So in pandemic, you can see clearly. First of all, dropped very quickly, but it came up very quickly. But eventually, I do think that silver is going to be a good buy here in general. I definitely can't wait to see what we're going to be having from off this point here. Let me see. Let me see. Bitcoin is gold. Yeah, Bitcoin is digital gold. Bitcoin is the new gold. The gold of our age. And the gold that are going to be change the world, of course. I only care if Bitcoin gets to the moon, never mind space. I mean, yeah, for sure. Hey, Rover, how are you doing? I'm doing very good, Bean Peep. How are you doing? Let me know. Let me know, of course. Pump it up, Bitcoin. Yeah, of course, would be lovely if Bitcoin could be pumping it up right now here. That's not true. If you ain't got crypto, you're going to be, or you're already broke. I mean, yeah, eventually, if you're not owning crypto, you're definitely missing out on the massive gains in the market. And of course, you're missing out on becoming the wealthiest person, in the top 2% wealthiest persons in the world here if you're going to be buying crypto. Because literally, everyone who does, let's say, hold one Bitcoin is going to be in the top 21 million people of the world, the top richest 21 million people in the world, are going to be holding Bitcoin, because there are only 21 million Bitcoins. And of course, there are some accounts that there are so many Bitcoins already wasted, so many Bitcoins already lost, so many people are already holding way more Bitcoins. So probably it will be less than 10 million people that could become the wealthiest top 10, of course, in the top 10 million, of course, of the world. And of course, 10 million maybe sounds a lot, but if you don't know already, in the Netherlands, we currently have more than 800,000 millionaires. So that's quite a lot here. So in the Netherlands, of course, there are so much millionaires because the prices of the houses are increasing so massively. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Accumulation zone for Decentraland here. I personally am staying away from Decentraland right now because I do think the gaming hype is right now a little bit over. But what we can see over here, we broke down a symmetrical triangle. Right now, retesting a previous high. So if we're looking at the fair valuation of accumulating this token, yeah, personally do say, yeah, it's definitely not a bad range for accumulation at all here. I don't see this as a bad range at all to be accumulating, to be very honest. What we can see here, level provide very strong support previously around. This is the previous all-time high, of course, on the market. Right now, flipping this level into support, of course. So if we're going to fail to hold on towards this level, yeah, we're going to be going for a much further plunge down here. I personally do think the hype is slowly cooling off here. Like you can see here, the parabolic run up already happened. And of course, I always say never chase hype run ups, because if you're going to chase the hype right now here for Decentraland, you're going to be making, of course, a particularly big loss here. And I don't think it's smart to invest in it at that point. So Decentraland, of course, as well, right now trading on particularly high ranges already. So it's already having an 8 billion market cap. It's not going to do a 10x from here on. It's not going to do a 100x from here on. So yeah, what do you want to be achieving with your investment? That's the question that I would ask you right now here. Of course, Decentraland, don't think it's a bad buy at all, of course, but I do think it's definitely a certain amount of risk still attached towards, because you're buying it towards the downtrend. Because daily 4-hourly candles, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low. Sorry, yeah, we're forming lower lows, lower highs, so it's definitely in a downtrend right now. Please be careful. It's definitely a little bit scary to be buying this token right now. So that's of course the thing that I want to be saying to you guys out there right here on the current time of recording. I think it's definitely a certain amount of risk right now attached towards accumulating Decentraland around this range here, and I don't think it's a low amount of risk that you're buying, that you're if you're going to be buying into Decentraland right here. Let me see here. Let me see what the chat is saying. Gold is Ethereum. I mean, yeah, Ethereum is definitely the definitely lovely. Ethereum is definitely lovely. Yeah, Ethereum bounced back very strongly from the range high of yours of here. Ethereum did saw a strong bounce towards higher ranges, and it's curving back up here. So Bitcoin dragging Ethereum a little bit down here, but Silver holding up pretty well. I sold all my Decentraland and Sand and based it on your TA. Nailed it. Great call. I mean, that's lovely. I mean, I'm not saying that like Decentraland and Sand are not bad buys or whatsoever, right? So I never said that. I think they are very good projects. But from a standpoint of making the most amount of money in the cryptocurrency space, it was of course irresponsible to hold the token for much longer, of course, like while we were trading, of course, on those highs for a cent on $8, right? So yeah, so far it has been a great call as well, especially on Sand, because we literally called the top on Sand here, or even very close towards the top here. So as well for Crypto.com here. So I mean, so far we have been absolutely spot on, of course. So yeah, Crypto.com is still consolidating for a while. I sold my tokens of 94 cents over here. Of course, not the exact top here, but pretty close towards the all-time high. Shifted it back towards Bitcoin at that point. So as well, Bitcoin was dipping at that point. I did a pretty strong buy, of course, as well. Particularly good buy for Bitcoin. So yeah, for me, Crypto.com as well, I do think it's not bad hodl at all. It's a good project, good coin, but still, I was thinking it was a little bit too high for risk over the significant high run that we did got on the market. Right now, it's going to consolidate, and most likely it's going to see a lot of sideways action before once again shooting up towards new all-time high. So it could be maybe take another month, maybe another 2 months here, and in this period of another 1-2 months here, I'm going to be accumulating a lot of other coins. I agree. I love them both, but it was a good call. I mean, that's the point. That's the point. Crypto, okay, please look at the stock market. Pre-market is about to... Pre-market is going to be opening in 15 minutes. Let me see. If I said correctly, pre-market is going to open in 15 minutes from now on. Yeah, it's 15 minutes, and the pre-market is going to be opening for the stock market. We can look at the stock market right now on the S&P 500. It is right now finding its way back up here. Yesterday it came down, of course, massively. That, of course, dragged Bitcoin down. So yesterday the stock market once again dragged Bitcoin down massively. A thing that we do not like to see, of course, every single day, because yeah, we'd rather like to see, of course, Bitcoin increasing its valuation than, of course, the stock market dragging it down. So it's pretty unfortunate that we did saw Bitcoin coming down because of the stock market yesterday. But still, it's a respectively decent thing to solve that we did saw over here. What we can currently see is that the market is shifting towards the upside, that the US 500 is moving up particularly quickly. Once again, it's recovering its trend towards the highs. Of course, where we could be aiming for some resistance is going to be this points increasement towards the, let me see, the 0.6% increase towards the range high over there. But let's see how it's going to be opening. Yesterday, the stock market did open particularly bullishly. Of course, we moved up here, like you can see on the stock market open, and then we crashed very quickly towards the lower side because, yeah, there was still a lot of fear on the market here. So, yeah, pretty interesting that we did got over there. And I'm looking forward towards where we could be heading towards for as soon as the stock market is going to be opening, of course, once again. I'm very excited about what we do have over here. The pre-market is technically already open, of course. Yeah, it's technically already open. So, yeah, officially it's going to be opening in 14 minutes from now on. So I'm very excited. Rover, okay, please check DFI once again. It's absolutely exploding. Whoa! whoa, whoa, Jesus. Excuse me, it was not appropriate to say, but whoa, this is crazy. This is a crazy bump that we're once again seeing here in the market. So lovely to see this, of course. So I already told you, this structure on the market was, of course, looking particularly good here on the daily time frame because, yeah, it's forming a parabolic structure right on the market, like you can see. And this is definitely one of those coins that could be doing very well here as well. It had still particularly low market capitalization, still, yeah, respectively a little bit higher, but 55% up to date. That's pretty crazy, of course. So I'm looking forward towards where we could be heading towards from this point here. So you can clearly see we're in a parabolic structure. And of course, in parabolic structures, you tend to rise very quickly in a very short amount of time here. So yeah, you can clearly see the market moved up pretty quickly. And I'm looking forward towards where we are heading towards from this point. And I personally do really think we could be seeing a well continuation towards the upside from this point here. And DeFi chain is most likely going to see a continuation towards higher levels for sure from up this range here. And I definitely can't wait to see what we do have over here. Right now, of course, as soon as we're going to close this daily candle, I mean, we did set almost a new all-time high here. So yeah, this coin is moving up like crazy. Maybe I don't know exactly what kind of announcement came out here, but this is of course looking particularly good here, especially if as well could be close to 4-hour candle like this on this high. So I'm looking forward towards the DeFi chain is absolutely exploding right now here. Many brokers already open on 7 a.m. EST for pre-market. Oh, that's crazy. I thought it was like always in 12 minutes from now on. Don't chase. Indeed. There's an unnatural pump. Will buy. Probably is will buying, but still should be always careful if you see these kinds of pumps here. Never FOMO into a pump like this. Because yeah, like you can see, if you FOMO it in here, yeah, you lost 16% of your value. Never FOMO into this kind of things. Is the FTX exchange token which came out with big news regarding to NFTs? Of course, FTX is going to be launching their own NFT line, of course, but I mean, there are so many companies doing the same, so I don't really think it's going to be that special anymore. There's also not a very big step here because it's already done by so many companies before. Yeah, FTX is not really showing as well a lot of bullishness because of the news of the token coming out, so it's pretty interesting what we did saw over there with FTX token right in trading of 48. It's right in trading. Where I really want to see this token heading towards, of course, on the green box on the lower side. As soon as we do see the green box on the lower side getting touched here, do expect this to see this. It will be approaching this as a strong buying range here for FTX token here. So for me right now, still waiting a little bit here. But if you really want to be accumulating the token, I'd rather suggest to look at this horizontal range here. Previous resistance support over here as well. And I can tell you already, there's going to be strong level support that we are going to be seeing over here. So yeah, FTX token moved up pretty quickly, but I don't think that NFT news is really going to change up a lot here. So pretty interesting, of course. I do think this token is going to be once again very good if we're going to see a lot of volatility in the market. So yeah, FTX token is basically exchange tokens. So exchange tokens does usually do it a little bit better if there's a lot of fees, of course. So basically a lot of volumes in the market. So right now the volume is definitely particularly down here. So pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Where's the CME gap? Trading on 56K towards 54.4K right now in the market. And guys, by the way, real quickly, going to be asking you guys a favor. Let's see how close we are right now. So right now, we are only 11 subscribers away before smashing it up towards 70.7K here, guys. So can we smash it up today towards the 70.7K here? That would be truly crazy if we could do so. If we could today smash it up towards 70.7K subscribers, it would be truly amazing if we can do so. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to smash up the like button as well if you haven't already, of course. Will be truly much appreciated over here. So yeah, let's go further in towards the analysis. So some people are saying a 4-hour symmetrical triangle on Bitcoin, bro. So let me see what we could be looking at. Of course, yeah, maybe you could be approaching it like in a symmetrical triangle, of course. Could be, of course, having a different view if you're going to be approaching a downward so resist line from the highs over there. So that's indeed true. That's indeed possible that we could be approaching it like this here. And this could be for sure lead as well towards a very massive breakout anytime soon here. So yeah, we could be still looking for Bitcoin to maybe consolidate and maybe see a lower retest on the 55.7K here before really seeing a continuation up. So I'm very curious about that one. That for sure me on the lower time frames, I would like to see this lower side getting hold up. If we don't hold up this lower side, this is going to be a level of flipping into support. Resistance again if we're going to fail to hold on towards it. So that could be then having, of course, a little bit more of a bearish edge on the price action. So that's going to be very good. Very good. So I'm looking forward towards it. Looks bottomed out here. Personally, we already explained that Bitcoin is most likely very close towards the bottom. We're already bottomed out here. So I'm looking forward towards it. looking very much forward towards it. The 20 and 50 EMA are crossing right now. Let me see. Let me see. On the daily time frame. I mean, they already crossed over, of course. They cross over several times, and usually once they cross in bearish, it's your buying zone. But let me change up the colors real quickly. Let me make this orange. Let me make this a little bit more. Let me just make it like this. So you can see usually, and let me make the other one other color, so it's a little bit more clear to see. So because right now it's a little bit hard to see, of course. So you can clearly see if we do get like the bearish crossover over here. Let's say we're getting the bearish crossover. So the 50 crosses the 20, right? So the orange line crosses the blue line. So that is usually a bearish signal that we're going in a bearish market structure. You can see last time we crossed it, we pumped. And last time we crossed the bullish, we already pumped and we came down from that point. So this is a very lacking indicator. Right now, of course, we crossed that bearish already. People tend to get starting to be kind of panicking. But guys, if you do want to be finding out about something, what's irrelevance? So if you do want to be finding out about something, I should suggest watching this, because I, of course, explained to you guys out there 5 months ago with only 2,000 views in this video. This was a very, very, very different kind of video. And of course, this was on the May crash. And in this video, I explained to you guys on my channel, I explained to everyone out there about why the death cross is irrelevant. I'm not going to go over this video. Just watch this video if you want to be checking it out. Watch this video if you're interested in finding out about more crypto stuff here, of course, on the market. But I explained in this video why the moving average crosses never will tell you, of course, maybe in a small direction, but never will tell you we're in a bear market, bull market, or whatsoever. It's not going to tell you this. It's a lacking indicator, and it's, of course, based on previous calculations on the market. So make sure to check this out here if you want to be finding out of it. But what I will be saying here, and of course, make sure to watch that video, because it takes me, let's say, 20 minutes or so to explain about why I think moving averages are irrelevant to look at. And of course, in that video, I explained to you guys out there why I think you should not be really taking a look at moving averages, of course, and why the death cross as well is irrelevant. Is that, yeah, like I don't see this as a lot of a bearish signal. Like, if you see this and you're going to sell this on this point, you absolutely got wrecked. If you bought here, you of course, in the short term, you got wrecked. If you sold here, you got absolutely wrecked here. I mean, this is of course not the death cross. This is a different moving average. There's some bigger scale here. But the death cross as well is as well really irrelevant thing to look at, because the death cross is basically showing you that the market is then going in a bear market or whatsoever. But we do know that these calculations from these moving averages are based on calculations from the past, and Bitcoin is right now in a whole different structure. Bitcoin is a whole different asset than 2017 and 2013, and the price action is as well way different than Bitcoin in 2017 and in 2013 and 2011. You know, Bitcoin is a whole different asset. There's institutional interest, there's institutional buying, there's manipulation on the market, and still people are looking towards these moving averages like it's their life. They depend, their buying and selling depends on these moving averages, and I don't think that that has anything to do with it. And someone is saying, Crypto, the camera seems to be working well right now since you changed the focus setting. Indeed, guys, I changed up the focus setting, I disabled it, and right away it works perfectly. So I'm very glad I did find it out about it live on the stream here, guys. So I'm very happy that's right now working again. But all the pending always is definitely hurting everyone out there. And of course, we do know the fear is very much in the market, and it's a good time to be buying. Just like it was here in July and June, this was definitely the reaccumulation phase on Bitcoin. Let me see. Do you trade more pairs against USD Tether or Bitcoin? If I'm shorting, I trade against the USD Tether pair. If I'm longing, I trade against the Bitcoin pair. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. It's very easy. And of course, guys, if you do want to be trading as well, if you do want to be benefit from the market scenario right now, don't forget to check out BYBIT here in the link description. BYBIT will be offering you right now 4,100 US deposit bonus, and it's going to be definitely very valuable, of course. Soon we're going to be seeing massive market moves, and of course, how you could be as well approach it by accumulating trades here. So of course, top side getting broken, you could be looking for very strong long positions. Especially since the market is running low, you could be looking for very strong swing trade positions to keep a trade open for a little bit longer here. So I'm very excited about where we could be heading towards from this point. But yeah, it's definitely very valuable right now. It's definitely very valuable. Let me see. Link has great potential, but doesn't do anything. I mean, Link has very much great potential indeed. Right now, 2 more minutes. Still, Bitcoin is going to close this 1 hour candle, guys. So, pretty excited about what's going to happen. Once again, 11 o'clock candle into the red. So that's a little bit unfortunate to see. Cup and handle. No, I'm not looking to the cup and handle in the 1 hour. If the dollar crashes, will the stable coins USD Tether will be affected? Yes, they are following the US dollar index, if I said correctly. So yeah, they will be affected. So yeah, of course, like if the dollar index collapses, it means that Bitcoin is going to rise because Bitcoin is measured against the dollar, right? And if the dollar index is going to collapse, let's say going to do 70 points, Bitcoin is going to right away shoot up 30% or whatsoever. What basically means that your USD Tether's out of nowhere less worth, you know, because Bitcoin shoot up here, so you can be buying less Bitcoin with it. So that's basically the moral of the story. And of course, if the dollar index collapses here, your USD Tether basically represents $1. So if the dollar goes down, your purchasing power as well go down with the Tether variant, of course. So that's the point. This guy, Legend, already live for 2.5 hours. Guys, yeah, we've been already live for 2.5 hours. And let me quickly check up on the subscriber count, because can we smash it through the 70.7K target? Guys, only 4 of you guys right now. Only 4 of you guys right now. And guys, can we reach the target right now? 70.7K here. Could we reach it today in the stream? That will be truly amazing if we can slap it up towards this target here, guys. So don't forget to smash that like button right now on the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now, because that would be truly appreciated if we could be getting so. My boy is getting tired. No, bro, I'm not tired at all. I'm not tired at all. How many on here just swing trade crypto? I mean, I think I personally rather suggest, rather personally, out of my personal preference, I just like swing trading the market a little bit more because it's lower risk for higher reward. And I think the best thing to do here in the cryptocurrency market is always to take low risk here. Low risk is key for success in the market, in my opinion. So maybe, of course, everyone has their own opinion about this, but personally is how I approach it and how I see it, of course. Smash those like, yeah, that would be truly appreciated, man. We appreciate your work. That's very nice to know, man. So let's see if we can really smash through this target. Guys, yes, we smashed through the 70.7K. Absolutely amazing target that we did smash through this level. Thank you so much for smashing up the subscriber count here. 70.7K, guys. We're smashing up here. Let's go for the 100K, guys. I mean, for myself, I really want to be reaching 100K in Q1 here. December target is going to be for sure 75K here. Would be truly amazing if we can reach the target. I'm looking forward towards it. Definitely these ranges are good to open swing trade positions. These ranges that we're right now trading on are definitely not bad on swing trade position. Personally, I am building up a minor position right now here. So yeah, I'm personally myself working on it as well. So yeah, definitely right now is a good time to be trading it. But yeah, we closed the 1 hour candle, guys. That's pretty excited what we did saw over there. So Bitcoin closes 1 hour candle. We're right in the last candle before the 4 hour close. So let's see what we're going to get from now on Bitcoin. So it's looking pretty exciting. Let's see what's going to be happening. So far, not a lot of things are happening on Bitcoin. We have been seeing, once again, very boring price action on the market. Not a lot of price action that we did saw over here. But we're looking forward towards what we could get here. But guys, anyways, we did saw the 1 hour candle. I will be right now, unfortunately, wrap up the stream here. So what I will be saying to you guys out there is that I will be back later today. As soon as we're going to see a market volatile move here, I will be right away the first one here on Whole Crypto YouTube to smash up that like button here. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell notifications, so you're not going to miss out on any of the further content that we're going to be dropping out here on this channel. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching once again towards this amazing new stream here on the channel. I will be back later today if we're going to see any more volatility in the market. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now here, so you're not going to miss it out here. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.